is not my original work. Welcome. This should be a fun one. But first, full disclosure. This is not my original work. Full credit to Redditor But I Don't Think of You for writing the content that I will be presenting in a dramatic read format. I don't personally have a Reddit account, but in reading the public post, But I Don't Think of You gives her prioristic blessing to SKR or Tanika's 2 cents if they were to read her satirical summary. I hope this reading does But I Don't Think of You proud. I will be happy to share collab credit if But I Don't Think of You is on YouTube. A little background before I begin. The subreddit, Sarah Boone Continued, is a very active and knowledgeable Sarah Boone community on Reddit. For some time now, But I Don't Think of You has been preparing satirical summaries of the Boondoggled content to make the content more palatable. I've been enjoying these summaries every time a new one is posted, but the summary of Call 11 stood out as inspired work. I was going to do this with the AI voice changer, but the closer I got to matching Sarah's voice, the more I wanted to stick crochet hooks into my ears while listening to my read. Instead of matching her shrill, annoying bleats, this read will be in my normal voice. A piece of me thinks Sarah would be annoyed to hear a James Earl Jones rendition of her voice. So here we go. But I Don't Think of You's satirical summary of Jail Call 11, hoping for a futuristic blessing of this dandy read. Jail Call 11. Mirror morons and other improperly used terms. Fade in. We open on a prison payphone, and a golem-like creature in profile crouched before it. It wears the standard prison uniform, and its only distinguishing features are the hairstyle, a mop only seen on prepubescent boys in the 1980s, and the striking resemblance to Jabba the Hutt. The monstrous beast sits picking its nose and eating its treasures. Its pale blue eyes are as empty as a corpse, with brief flashes of anger so terrifying they earn the NC-17 rating and epilepsy warning. Additionally, if you are or ever hope to become pregnant, please be advised that looking at this creature directly in the eye can lead to acute uterine expulsion syndrome. Additionally, those with a penis should proceed with caution, as there have been reports of sudden penectomies, where the victim rips off their own penis and throws it into a garbage disposal or wood chipper to ensure that reattachment is impossible. Viewer rejection is advised. Cut to Saba the Cunt. Hello? Are you available? I've called you 94 times in the past 7 minutes. I've squandered your unearned gifts of tablet credits. And if I'm unable to feed off the kindness of my post-prison pals daily, I'll have no choice but to eat the world. Are you okay? Is your friend okay? I've remembered something you said that didn't involve me and my money, which means you owe me financially. Oh, your friend is in the hospital and probably won't make it? Well, at least you know they're being taken care of while they die. I need stamps. Now. My other griftee has an impounded car and some sort of small being she feeds, so she's tapped out. Or just being a selfish bitch and hoarding my money so she can live. Did my useless transcribed ravings get delivered to the court? Or did you fuck it up, as per usual? I made copies of the lunatic letters for that black lady with the robe. $49.65. And mailing was $17.85. Now there's a lien on my asshole account. You told me to tell you how much it was. I'm just following orders. Open that fat wallet and clear my debt. I'll give you virtual blowjobs for a year as payment. I know that you're tight financially. That sounds like a personal problem. I'm negative in my account, and Brian still hasn't signed away my son's right to avoid seeing me face to face. Son started high school yesterday and thinks I'm to blame for not being there to hold his hand and drunk drive him to and from school. He's a little bitch, and now his big bitch father wants to limit me to actively fucking up his life for only 30 minutes a week? It'll be nearly impossible. I need unlimited access at Brian's expense. At least until son gets a fucking job. Direct deposit into the Honey Bun Fund is the least he can do, since I pushed him out of my demon puss. Oh, and I'm surrounded by big black bitches. B-L-A-C-K, Peter, black. I'm 5'3", 71-pound undiscovered supermodel of the superior race. They all act like I'm Hispanic. They make me wake up at the ass crack of dawn and clean the dorm toilets. It takes me 12 minutes and fulfills my requirement of having a job in prison. It's humiliating and incredibly dangerous.
Everyone knows that black people have diseases in their asses. It's a crime that segregation never went away.
The fire ants continue to feed off my dandruff and general crust, and no, I can't say anything to the melanin monsters in my dorm. It's so easy for you to say, in your air-conditioned barn, with your barn with air conditioning, and I'm in a barely air-conditioned lockbox with chocolate creeps, not by choice or through any fault of my own. At least I'm a very humble person. That's really why they all have a lock and sock with my name on it. And I'm a very positive person. Positive I don't deserve any of this shit. My prison punch cup is never half empty. It's as dry as the Sahara Desert. I know that you have a real life in the real world, with your air conditioning and your people who didn't murder their boyfriends. But I really need you too. For moral support. And by which I mean tapping into your retirement funds or selling your wife or something so that you can feed my transfer addiction to sugar and shitty letter writing. My useless asshole brother keeps sending me only $15 and $20 and is about to have surgery for some shit I can't remember. I need you to reassure me and find old ladies to swindle out of money or something. I am part of your budget now, you broke-ass bitch. Meanwhile, I just keep busting my ass while I'm temporarily an inmate. And I don't want you to think that you are my only victim. I've literally reached out to people I knew in elementary school also. I am scraping the bottom of the barrel so fiercely that the shame a normal human would feel would drive them to self-harm.
What? Even in my darkest hour, I want you to know, and God knows, that you've got me. You know? My feminine wiles and tiny blowjob lips have put you eternally under my spell. The musk that emanates from my clam, con, chlamydia will keep you my slave forever.
Want to hear more proof of my general shittiness? When I went to make copies of the quotes he gave me for my heirloom, the nearly vintage Kia, and other nonsense that hasn't chance in hell of being addressed by Judge Jackson of the Hair Braiders, I tried to Houdini the bill away from the eyes of my kidnappers, a.k.a. the state of Florida, Taliban branch. The walnut in my throat I felt from knowing that your money was being used for, quote, legal work, rather than a do-it-yourself Brazilian butt lift, you have no idea. This is my sad voice dick stick. My only trick left to squeeze blood from your turnip asshole ass. You're asking me which of Lowell's accommodations I prefer? That question is dumb as shit. But I'll take the air-conditioned annex over the main campus, fire ants and all. Even with the big black women that I see at every turn, they hate me. They hate me because they're of the devil, and they know that they're going to die in this prison while I continue my fight for freedom.
Black people just don't understand the struggle to be free.
Sometime you should look up mirror neurons. That's the problem with these women. They see me white and gorgeous, forever youthful, full of promise and the opportunities of a beautiful life laid at my tiny hooves. And they're jealous as hell, because they could never be me. Well, maybe don't Google that. It's not at all what the science says, but science is stupid, and I'm white. Capital W, capital H, capital I, capital T, capital E, white and always right. Listen, I am telling you this as my best friend, my brother, my future husband, once your bitch of a wife dies in an unfortunate accident involving a suitcase. I'm sad. That's a human emotion, right? I've seen people acting sad and people give them money. Is there a reason why you're not on your way to donate plasma or sell a kidney on the market of blacks? Can I get another job in prison? Are you serious right now? No, you donkey rapist. I mean, technically yes, but the other jobs I could get, I absolutely refuse to do. And no, I can't work in the goddamn kitchen either. I'm level 4, suckers. They have knives in there. And people think I'm dangerous. Sharpest thing I'm allowed to have is a toilet brush. God, you're a moron. And actually, I'm grateful to God for the job I have now of toilet wench. Because from sunup to sundown, I have the time to work on my family law case. It's a blessing from Jesus, and I take that graciously provided opportunity to sit on my lazy ass and beg for money from every person unfortunate enough to have ever crossed my path. I work myself to death and curse the God I use for sport. I am more deserving of praise than he is anyway. Want to hear my wisdom for the day? People are in prison for a reason. Sometimes they have black souls and empty hearts, and their families don't want to deal with them anymore.
This applies to all black people and every other person that doesn't have a lifetime membership to the KKK, like me.
Turning now to my bitch list of the day, here's the remainder. Officers hate me. Inmates hate me. My son hates me. And God hates me too. I can see your patience waning, and my clumsy attempts at subtlety have failed. So I'll end the call with this. Please send me money. Please send me money. Please do your fucking job and give me all your money. And I said the word please, which holds as little meaning to me as any of the Mexican shit that George used to say. But I know you'll understand and do your godly, husbandly duty like you always do. I'm hugging you through the phone, which should be taken as exactly the threat that it is. And I'll call you back later, please, and again after that, especially if I don't get my goddamn money. I will haunt you like a bill collector on commission, and will do until the day you die, or I finish plucking the meat from your very bones. Whichever comes last. I love you. Ta-ta for now. Fade out. Okay, so in retrospect, maybe I should have used the voice changer so all that crazy shit wasn't said in my normal voice. But full respect to But I Don't Think of You and the whole Sarah Boone Continued subreddit. To the finest and dandiest out there, I hope you're all fine. I'm Dan D, and this is the end of the video, unless there's outtakes. A mop only seen on prepubescent boys in the 1980s.
Additionally, those with a penis should proceed with caution, as there have been reports of sudden penectectomies, where the victim rips off their own penis and throws it into a garbage disposal. Garbage disposal. Where the victim rips off their own penis and throws it into a garbage disposal. Additionally, those with a penis should proceed with caution, as there have been reports of sudden penectectomies, where the victim rips off their own penis and throws it into a garbage disposal or wood chipper to ensure that reattachment. My other grifty has an impounded car and some sort of small being she feeds, so she's tapped out. Or just being a selfish... My other grifty has an impounded car and some sort of small being she feeds, so she's tapped out. Or just being a selfish bitch and hoarding any money she can... so she can live. Why am I having so much trouble reading? Meanwhile, I just keep busting my ass while I'm temporarily an inmate. And I don't want you to think that you're my only victim. I've literally reached out to people I knew in elementary school also. I am scraping the bottom of the barrel so fiercely that the shame a normal human would feel... I'm wrong. Redo. I am scraping the bottom of the barrel so fiercely that the shame a normal human being would feel... I am scraping the bottom of the barrel so fiercely that the shame a normal human would feel... Why is this so hard? This is my sad voice, Dick Stick. My only trick left to squeeze blood from your lump. It's not lump, it's turnip. I'll read this again.
This is my sad voice, Dick Stick. My only trick left to squeeze blood from your lump. It's not lump, it's turnip. I'll read this again.
Everything was fine and dandy.
Okay. Yeah, we mute works. There's the dog. Aw. Yeah, forget about what I said before because I can't remember. But you're getting some Lola view because she's having bad dreams, and just want to make everyone aware that she's just having a nightmare. It's not like got a shock collar or any kind of craziness like that. Lola can bark if she likes to bark. She's gonna make noise. You guys will know what's going on. Aw, sweet dog. I do have the headset on, so it may even be that you guys can't hear it and I'm reacting. Set up my noise gates. I got my compressors going. I should sound like a proper radio. Ready to go. So, fuck, I forgot to do my hair tonight. Oh well, this is what hair looks like when it's not done. Man, I knew I was forgetting something. All right, let's go back to the regular. That's the scene I want to be warming up for the show. We got 7 minutes left to go. Just finishing this medical smoke here. Hope everyone's feeling fine and dandy in the comments. We had a great show this morning. I had a lovely time. We did, we fixed the sound. Sorry, night owls. I don't know what I'm doing. I wonder if this has anything to do with it. Probably not. I'm sure it didn't. But yeah, I had a great time this morning. It was all Sarah content. So if you feel like tonight's show is like, I don't care about these 12 other channels. Which of these guys covers Sarah? A couple of them do. But if you're, just not feeling it, I'm not going to feel bad. You don't have to like everything I do. Check out the morning show. It's all Sarah. And if you like the new stuff and the Sarah stuff, stick around. And then you've got the Sarah stuff to watch later. Both shows are about 2 hours. So unlike a normal stream that could go 5 to 7, you can watch both of these back to back. Why not? In a single sitting. Listen to me on 1.5 times. Do what you got to do. That's funny. Billie Jean was listening to the background on mute because I was on mute, and it probably synced up perfectly. It's way easier to sync up with mute than to sync up with not muted. Okay, I've got my little script here to start the Friday Night Ramble. I've got my sound effects. I'm going to give a little test and just make sure sound isn't too crazy. You guys can warn me if this gets out of hand. Oh yeah, that's staying in range. That's okay. That's the party siren. Got the bell. Bell seems soft. Okay, that's all right. Need a shaker can too. Okay, we got a shaker can. That's good to go. 12 channels, 120 minutes, fast-paced show, slow-paced beginning. I'm experimenting with just showing a video at the beginning. Why not? Like if I forget something, I can put down the headset. But then if people are just tuning in, like people who haven't seen the channel, they don't have to watch a screen like this for the first 10 minutes. They can watch one of my videos they haven't seen. Who is this guy? Me, Dan D. All right, so I've got the chat on my side phone. Yeah, Night Owls, I don't believe I've seen you in the chat before. Boom, the sound is good. Okay, yeah, I'm perfect. Yeah, I've made a few changes. So I've got a headset, which is a rather inexpensive one. This was on sale at Walmart for $25, but I theorized that a cheap new headset may be better than my moderately expensive 15-year-old headset, and it appears that's the case. So, and I set up my noise gate, so maybe there's going to be less breathing. There was a little bit of breathing in the morning show. Some of it was because I had to go running downstairs for my bell, and I made the wrong trip twice, which, definitely increased the amount of breathing, but set up the noise gate a little bit more aggressively, so there should be a little bit less of me catching a breath in between sentences. Should probably play that way the screen won't keep going dead. 5, so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay. Ocean Sounds, fantastic. Me and Ocean Sounds have been spending some time in reporting live in my sofa's chat. Reporting live on my sofa, Paul is covering the Afroman trial, and it's fucking hilarious. His response to Lick'em Low Lover is just, you have to be there. So watch his replays. There's at least 2 videos he's got on replay. He did say he was going live at 9 a.m. my time this morning, noon his time, but he pushed that back because I guess he's going with Kathy from Dr. Barry's the channel. So anyway, that's going to be on April 5th. So make sure you check that out because they have Officer Pound Cake. They've got Randy Walters next to queued up. But they have already watched Afroman's testimony. They've watched the opening arguments. They've watched Lickum Low Lisa. And, Paul's reactions are just so worth it. So check that out. 3 minutes away. Okay, we're getting there. Billie Jean is here. Barry Adams in the house. Barry Adams has breathing issues. Let's read what those are. My breathing is so audible. Weather cleared up. And no leaves, but lots of pollen. Too late for Claritin here, but too early for Benadryl. So right now, I just snot and sneeze and suffer. Well, to snot and sneezing and suffering, Barry. To you. Chew. All right. We are 2 minutes away. 2 minutes and ready to ramble. If you've got medical snacks tonight, I have Pringles. These are a honey mustard variety. Don't know if that's unique to Canada. I tried one, and they're pretty good tasting, but I don't think I like them for the stream because I'm going to end up with potatoey bits in my teeth, and I just know it's going to come when I'm like full screen and like smiling or something like that. And you guys are going to be like, what the hell's wrong with his teeth? So yeah, I'm going to be conservative with my medical snacks on this stream. Got left here now less than a minute and a half. Okay, this is exciting. We're getting there. A to B is here. It was funny in the morning stream. A to B was there. ADJ Farside was there, who I kept calling ADG Farside, but I'm going to blame it on some sort of an accent, like Canadians mispronounce J's as G's. We don't, but it definitely sounded like I did all morning. Yeah, there was at least 3 users. Oh, and Addy is Me came in, so it was like everyone with the AD beginning. And Pineweaver came in next, so it's either Pineweaver was super eager instead of coming in on the chronology, but first name happened to start with a B. So, yeah, everyone was in order. Everyone was in sorts. Nobody was out of sorts, not this morning. Great stream. The only one who was out of sorts was me. There was 2 things I did wrong. I said this stream would start at 5, and it's 4. So to compensate, I started a half hour early just so that people who were expecting 5 would have seen the thing on their notifications. But yeah, I can't start at 5. I've got a hockey game to go to at 7 my time, which is 2 hours from now, and that's how long this stream is supposed to be. 30 seconds. Okay, enough explaining. Let's just get my voice. Okay, good times ahead. Are you ready? Right, let me see. Here we go. I forgot. Oh. Friday Night Ramble, the shout-out episode. 12 great channels, 120 minutes. Are you ready? Then let's get ready to ramble. It's Friday, April 3rd, 7 p.m. Ocala, Florida time. I'm your host, Dandy. And tonight, it's all about not me. I'm taking the time to shout out a few different channels. Taking the time to shout out 12 great channels, some big, some on their way to being big. I hope some of these videos are new to you. I tried to find some underviewed gems from the larger creators out there. Speaking of larger creators, shout out to Atozy. With almost 2 million subs, and he's replying to emails from Dan D asking for content. Atozy covers the criminals my grandkids know. We're going to jump right in with an update on Vitaly. I'll check in with the chat, but first, it's 12 creators in 120 minutes. We don't have time to fuck around. Let's get going. Fuck, I said all that and I wasn't ready. I'm not ready. Okay. Still, the energy's good. We're feeling good. The energy's high. Just got to find that screen. That's not the screen. That's the other screen. Keeping the energy. Staying. Scumbag streamer Vitaly. Vitaly was first introduced to you on my Fuck Around and Find Out stream. You see he's got a bit of a beard here. He was clean shaven when he went to prison in the Philippines. Let's find out how Vitaly is doing. Oops. Oh, okay, we're pausing. I knew when I messed with my background screen that sometimes that messes with my stream. Let's just take a deep breath. We're going to reset. I do have a little time built in for screw-ups, so because I've done it before. This morning, I reacted to my lemon pound cake video without it playing in the background, so I'm just like staring into the camera, pretending that it's up in the corner on this side. It wasn't there. Nothing was where it was supposed to be. Okay, we're going to refresh this video capture device. Channel page. We're on the watch screen. Yes, the video had the problem. We understand that. So go to here. We're going to choose our properties. Give me that window. Switch it to this window. Switch it back to that window. Are you alive? Are you alive? Are you breathing?
The IRL streamer Vitaly was just deported to Russia, but
Bam.
That's a good thing for him because that means he was essentially spared by the Philippines. And if you have no idea what's going on, that probably sounds insane. Like, what do you mean being deported to Russia is a good thing? So in short, Big Idiot has done a lot of stupid things in his life, but he was about to do the dumbest thing so far. He lost his team, so I guess he thought the proper solution to that was to go to the Philippines and be incredibly disrespectful to the locals there. Run off with a security motorcycle, steal officers' hats, steal an industrial fan, steal a red light mask, threatened to rob an elder lady, and honestly, a whole lot more. But according to him, they were all pranks or jokes, and he welcomed going to jail because he enjoyed it there. And when confronted about it that night, he shrugged it off saying, oh, I donate so much money here, so it's okay. Well, I guess it was okay until he got arrested, perp walked out in front of the nation, and charged with a whole bunch of crimes. And that's also around the same time that people started realizing, oh wait, stealing a motorcycle is Grand Theft Auto, and Grand Theft Auto is an automatic 20-year prison sentence in the Philippines. But he wasn't charged for that. So his entire freedom in life was hinging on if the prosecutors decided to charge him for the thing he live streamed himself doing for the entire world to see. So now that we've caught up, as I got out of Jack Doherty's arraignment from his criminal trial yesterday, I saw the news that they had yet another press conference with Vitaly, which is wild because it looks like his jail time there started and ended with being perp walked out for a press conference. But unfortunately for us, the press conference was in Tagalog, so I had to dub it so we have any shot at understanding what's going on here. But was it a flawless dub? Probably not, but with it, we can actually see what's going on here.
This is subject to clearances from the NBI and the courts where cases have been filed. His cases at the Taguig Regional Trial Court and Municipal Trial Court have been resolved and served as well. The penalty you have there. Thus, the siblings can also proceed with his deportation soon. We are coordinating on the location for his deportation, which is his country, Russia.
Interesting. I guess they resolved it.
Vitaly is a holder of a U.S. green card, but is a citizen of Russia. Thus, the normal process is not about the country of residence, but the passport of origin. His passport is from Russia, so the deportation will be processed there. Once we secure the necessary papers for his escort, his flight will leave from Kaliboklan going directly to Moscow. Let this serve as a reminder to all our visitors here in the Philippines that we continually welcome tourists and visitors. We treat them with respect and anticipate they will follow the same rules we do when traveling. We have no ill feelings towards Vitaly. He has served his time, shown remorse, and he is now a free man going back to Russia. Thank you very much.
So, free man going back to Russia. We're going to skip ahead here. All of these videos will be in a playlist in the description, so you can watch them all in full. In whatever cases I'm trying to get to the key parts and still maintain the video for people that want to go and watch the full thing. That said, we've got about 3 more minutes we're going to watch of this video. It kind of sums up Vitaly's time here in Russia. Let's skip ahead to 420.
as of right now, it seems like that nightmare is ending for Vitaly, and we've only seen him just a handful of times since he was arrested, with the most recent one being of him looking like he was getting baptized. And the last alarming rumor that broke out about Vitaly, and I think it was like 2 weeks ago, someone was saying that he got his hand cut off. So it was nice to see him all in one piece at this press conference, because that completely disproves it. But I mean, the dude spent almost a year in Camp Bagong Diwa. And just before he was thrown in there was this whole coverage on what it was like to be in there and how overcrowded it was.
The Bureau of Immigration is planning for the rehabilitation of their detention center at Camp Bagong Diwa in Taguig City due to the congestion problem. According to immigration spokesperson Dana Sandoval,
prison doesn't look good.
The current BI facility is only 100, but more than 300 foreign nationals are currently detained.
That's crazy.
Importante din kasi is make the area livable.
That's crazy. The bar was like, okay, we have to make this livable.
Currently, the Bureau of Immigration is cooperating with the other law enforcement agencies, so not all foreign nationals who will violate the law will be brought to their facilities.
So this segment right here is really just showing a lot of the hallways, not actually what it's like inside of the cells. Camp Diwa. I'm trying to see if I can find what the jail cells look like. Duarte wants TV sets in all Camp.
We'll pause a little bit. So I think he was there for about 6 months A to B. I think the original videos I was showing you of Atozy's were from 8 months ago, and this is 2 months ago. So if he's reporting contemporaneously on this story, yeah, it could have been up to 6 months that he spent. He was liable to spend a lot longer there. So, good news, bad news. He doesn't look nearly as, well, we'll see a before and after, but doesn't look nearly as smug as before he went in. Yeah, so what Atozy as well, he covers IRL streamers, which is in real life. So these kick streamers that, if you think I go long at 5 hours, 5 hours is drop in the bucket for these guys. They wake up, they're streaming. They're taking a piss, they're streaming. They're going to the doctor, they're streaming. Like, it's an all day, morning, night. Some of them will even stream themselves sleeping, like to, I'm doing a marathon. It's a weird platform kick, and it's all about how many active viewers you have that puts you on the main page and encourages a lot of stupid behavior. So don't go there. Watch guys that like him through a guy like Atozy, where you can see their find out in addition to their fucking around.
Cells. I used to monitor what's going on, but I mean, this looks extremely cramped. I wonder how many cellmates he had at a time here. So I mean, hey, good for him that he is out of there, because I don't think anyone would ever want to spend any time there. Unfortunately for Gino, though, he'll be probably spending some time there, because speaking of Gino, who's the other IRL streamer who just got arrested in the Philippines, I got confirmation from someone that knows.
That's where I'm gonna. Oh, 6. Oh, what did I have here? Okay, we're skipping ahead to 7:45 because that's where we see the before and after for Vitaly.
How stupid this actually was.
And that'll be 10 minutes for Atozy.
Right away, like a certain other dude who's still stuck in South Korea. I mean, just looking at the guys before and after
there we go.
It seems like he's learned his lesson. Because at the end of the day, we want politics right away, like a certain other dude who's still stuck in South Korea. I mean, just looking at the guys before and after.
Yeah, not so smug now, hey Vitaly. Everything's not so funny. All right, we're going to go from Atozy. Oh, let's just take a look at his webpage quickly. We will catch up. Uh-oh, I'm getting out of sorts again. Okay, I have this scene. I set it up. I'm going to use it, goddammit. This is Atozy's page. Scroll through quickly. Oh, this didn't go as smoothly as I thought. I might get better at it as the stream goes on. That's his page. That's what his videos look like. 2 million subscribers. You'll know if you've got the right channel. If you don't know him, your kids, your grandkids might. It might be a nice bridge in the true crime discussion to say, hey, I saw somebody that you might know about. You don't know any of the people I know. I know when I told my grandkids, they looked him up on Kick and was like, oh, this guy's an idiot. So That was kind of fun. All right, so we're moving on from Atozy. Let me get back to the stream. Okay. We're moving back to the channel scene. No, to the watch scene. Boom. Go back to... No, that's the wrong window. Too many windows. And it's a Mac. Why have I got so many windows open with a Mac? Doesn't make sense. Like the Chewbacca defense. It doesn't make sense. Who's next? This is Northern Crimes. I did a short over this. They're a great channel. Most of their videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views. This video got 18,000 views. I think it's because the title is Canadian Hockey Player Who Disappeared in the Ice, and people think that it was like an ice hockey incident where, like, you know, there was a rut. It's nothing to do with that. This is a 7-minute and 44-second clip we're going to do from their 20-minute video, and it's really moody. So before we let it run, I'm just going to check in with chat. There's a lot of people here that I haven't even properly said hello to. So let me go straight to the top fans. We've got Paula Nichols, Barry Adams, A to B, Candace, Ocean Sounds, LCB, Detective Wobbuffet, another one to say, Night Owls, and Zeitgeist, all showing up on the top fans. Thank you for being here. There's could be more here. Make sure that you've got all messages on if you want to see everybody's chat. This is going to be a tight show. We're moving all around the spectrum. It's all crime tonight, but there's some creators who are bigger, some who are smaller. Northern Crimes has 82,000 subscribers, so significantly larger. I'd say 100-fold. But like I said, this video, 18,000 views. Their typical video, probably at least 3 to 4 times that. So if you check them out and to check out more of this video, just drop my name in their comments. Let them know that they're being helped out from a smaller creator. But yeah. Anyway.
You're watching Northern Crimes.
The summer of 1989 should have been the beginning of everything for Duncan McPherson. At 23, the towering defenseman from Saskatoon had already carved out a respectable career in pro hockey's minor leagues. Standing 6'1" and weighing 195 pounds, Duncan was the kind of player coaches loved. Tough, reliable, and willing to do whatever it took to make it to the NHL. Duncan's journey through hockey's ranks had been steady, if not spectacular. After starring for the Saskatoon Blades in the Western Hockey League, he was drafted 20th overall by the New York Islanders in 1984. The culmination of years of early morning practices, brutal training sessions, and the unwavering support of his parents, Bob and Linda McPherson. But professional hockey, it's a cruel business, and Duncan's path to the NHL had been anything but smooth. Injuries plagued his development, limiting his opportunities and forcing him to prove himself over and over again in the American Hockey League and International Hockey League. He'd spent time with the Springfield Indians and Indianapolis Ice, grinding it out in arenas far from the bright lights of Madison Square Garden. By 1989, Duncan found himself at a crossroads. The New York Islanders had bought out his contract, effectively ending his NHL dreams with that organization. But hockey players are nothing if not persistent, and Duncan had received an intriguing offer from across the Atlantic. A semi-professional team in Dundee, Scotland was looking for a player coach, that is, someone who could both contribute on the ice and help develop younger players. The opportunity represented a chance for Duncan to reinvent himself, to take his hockey knowledge and experience to a new continent where the game was still growing. It wasn't the NHL, but it was hockey, and for someone who'd lived and breathed the sport since he was a kid, well, that was enough. Duncan was scheduled to arrive in Dundee on August 12, 1989, to begin preparations for the upcoming season. But first, he wanted to take a trip through Europe to see the sights and experience the culture before settling into his new role. In early August, Duncan borrowed a friend's car and set off for Central Europe. His plan was simple: drive through Germany and Austria, take in the alpine scenery, and then make his way to Scotland in time for the start of the hockey season. Duncan was last seen on August 8, 1989, as he left the Bavarian town of Fusen, heading south toward Austria and Italy. He had to be back in Nuremberg on the evening of August 10th to catch the flight to Scotland, giving him just a couple of days to explore the region. But Duncan McPherson would never make it to Scotland. He would never coach that team in Dundee or help develop the next generation of Scottish hockey players. Instead, he would vanish into the Austrian Alps, beginning one of the most mysterious and controversial disappearances in sports history. This is the story of a young man whose dreams died in the ice, and of a family's relentless quest for justice. This is Northern Crimes. When Duncan McPherson failed to arrive in Dundee on August 12, 1989, concern began to build. In an era before cell phones and email, well, it took time for the absence to register, but once it did, it was unmistakable. Bob and Linda McPherson learned something was wrong when the Dundee Hockey Club contacted them, asking where their son was. Duncan was dependable and methodical even, not prone to disappearing without explanation. His disappearance, it was out of character. So within days, Bob and Linda flew to Europe to begin searching themselves. The only thing they knew for certain was Duncan's general plan. He'd been driving through southern Germany and Austria, sightseeing before continuing on to Scotland. It was a vast region, defined by mountain roads, isolated valleys, and unpredictable terrain. They began their search in late August 1989, contacting police departments, hotels, hostels, and local officials across the Alps. For weeks, they followed leads that went nowhere. Duncan left no trail behind him, no confirmed sightings, no belongings, no explanation. Then, on September 22nd, the search took a decisive turn. In the parking lot of the Stubai Glacier ski resort near Innsbruck, Austria, the McPhersons located Duncan's borrowed car. It had been sitting there for weeks, unnoticed and unreported. The discovery offered clarity, but also unease. The car placed Duncan at the resort, but raised questions about how long it had been there and why no one had flagged it. In alpine regions, unattended vehicles often prompt quick attention, particularly in areas where accidents are common. A parking lot attendant insisted the car had appeared sometime after September 1st. That claim later proved inaccurate. The vehicle had been in the lot for nearly 6 weeks, passed daily by the resort staff without being reported. Local authorities suggested a simple explanation. Duncan had likely gone hiking and suffered an accident. The surrounding mountains were popular with climbers and hikers and skiers, and incidents involving falls, avalanches, and crevasses, they weren't uncommon. But then, another twist in the story. Through a chance conversation with Walter Hinterhertel, a snowboard instructor at the resort, they learned something that hadn't been disclosed to them. The Stubai Glacier had been operating as a ski terrain in August 1989, and Duncan had taken a snowboard lesson there on August 9th. That single detail reframed the disappearance. Duncan hadn't vanished while hiking alone in remote terrain. He'd been at a commercial ski resort, renting equipment, taking lessons, and skiing on an active slope under the supervision of resort staff. Walter told them Duncan rented gear, took a morning lesson, and returned after lunch to practice on his own. Before heading back out, Duncan bought a sweatshirt and left the sweater and other clothes hanging to dry in Walter's office. At the end of the day, Walter noticed the clothes were still there, but assumed Duncan planned to return the following morning. When Duncan didn't show up, well, the items were forgotten. So Walter's account exposed serious gaps in the resort's safety procedures and record keeping.
So that is the first third of that program, and it is on Northern Crimes, which is a lot of great videos in their collection. We're going to just take a quick scroll through their channel page. Yeah, great collection of videos. And that's just one of them. That's the Canadian hockey player who disappeared in the ice. Relatively recent developments in the case, considering how long ago he went missing. 14 years before a major development. I'll have to go to Northern Crimes to see more of. All right, that said, get our next video queued up. Okay, here's another cool video. This is Jess Coast. How many of you have heard of Jess Coast? One of the, she's got 8,000 subscribers. This particular video, for whatever reason, has just 82 views, and it's great. If you're following the Nancy Guthrie case, there's lots of speculation. It's crazy how little we know for how much it was covered and how it's just kind of, oh, well, guess we don't know. We move on to the next thing. Jess Coast released this just 4 days ago. I'm going to show you her opening 3 minutes, and then I'm going to cut to a part about 20 minutes in, 22 minutes in, that I think shows what kind of work she does on her channel. She's high production. Well, you'll see all that. We'll just get quickly into her channel. We're already a few minutes behind. Here we go. Jess Coast. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure. See, I'm still showing the Northern Crimes channel. Ah, yeah. Okay. Jess Coast, Jess Coast, Jess Coast. There. I should have been on that channel for it. In any case, we are live with... Oh, no. We go back.
You can be very quick, but when you...
That's Jess Coast.
And misconduct while on duty.
And here we go.
Breaking news.
I know.
Breaking news. We have gift memberships. Oh my goodness. We have some exciting gifts memberships. On Texas Time, Kay Evermore, Sharon Tuck, who I got a message or comment from just today. Yes, comment today. Artmans and Short King Reacts. Anybody know who Short King Reacts is? That's a pretty familiar name. SKR. I wonder, SKR, Short King Reacts. If anyone knows who it is, call him out in chat. It's a familiar name. Sounds like he does something that we'd all be interested in watching from time to time. Keep that name on your radar. SKR, up-and-coming creator. Received a gift membership to Dan D True Crime. All right, now let's watch Jess Coast's intro here. Thank you so much. Bedtime Lullabies LLC, JLC. That's a fantastic gift you've just given out. Yeah, super cool. SKR is not here, but he's going to have to come to say, who gave me this gift? So get ready. We could have a stream with a special guest. He's an up-and-coming creator. I think he's going to do big things.
Breaking news.
I know where she is. I know who she's with.
A Pima County deputy is now behind bars. The charges against him include kidnapping and misconduct while on duty. This is 22-year-old Travis Reynolds appearing at his initial hearing after being arrested on March 19th. Reynolds is accused of requesting sex from a woman in his custody after transporting her to the Pima County Jail. He also showed that same woman explicit videos and told her that if she engaged in sexual activity with him, he would help her case. The victim also says Reynolds told her she needed to lift up her shirt if she wanted to exit the vehicle she was transported in. She says it felt unreal and awful. At the court hearing, the prosecutor in the case expressed concern that because of Reynolds' position, this woman may not be Reynolds' first victim. The victim in this case is very afraid of this defendant because of that power position, saying he had all the power dynamics and that he might retaliate against her. Reynolds is set to appear back in court in early April. Meantime, he's being held on a $200,000 bond and has been fired from the Pima County Sheriff's Department.
Hello, my friends. So a few weeks ago, I actually did an investigation into the sheriff of Pima County, Chris Nanos, because I don't like him. And I felt like he was messing up the whole entire investigation. Well, it turns out I'm not wrong. The sheriff of Pima County came from El Paso 42 years ago when he worked for the police department in El Paso. He worked there for 5 years and with 8 suspensions had a total of 37 days of suspension. Let's just add that up. That's 888 hours of suspension within 8 suspensions within 5 years. Let's put that into perspective. So recently I've been doing some investigating into the Orange County jail and some incidents that have happened there. For some pretty egregious acts that had been carried out within the jail, the most that I'd seen amongst the deputies there was like 15 hours of suspension. Like sometimes it's just like overnight. We're talking 888 hours of suspension for 8 suspensions, which doesn't make any sense to me now that I'm saying it out loud, within 5 years.
She was suspended 8 times, and some.
Okay, so that's her intro. That I think, shows her research, shows her production, shows her humor. And she covers a lot. And I think that's where she might be getting punished. I think YouTube might trying to pigeonhole her as a Gypsy Rose creator. And she's much more, she's a generalist. She's a true crime creator. She does a lot of good work on a lot of bad people. I'm rambling behind. We're going to get up to the next part where I think it really shows off what I just said in Jess Coast's review. It's there.
On the footage of the front door suspect, because I had already had this theory in my mind about the guy at the front door. When you watch the guy at the front door, here's what he does. So he comes from this side of the house, right? And he walks up, and as we all notice, it's very obvious to see, he's very nonchalant. He's just cruising. He doesn't look like he's on a mission. He doesn't look like he's there to do business. He's just cruising, right? And everyone's like, well, he's just so nonchalant about it and everything. Here's the deal. I worked for Amazon for 5 years. I believe that this person has been to her house. Here's why. As a person who delivered packages for Amazon for 5 years, it is almost impossible when you go to a person's house whom, let's just say you've never been there before. Okay, so let's just say that guy had never been there before. For you to backwards, because when he goes back to get the foliage, right? And he picks it up, he looks that way, and then he steps back like this.
She said back, but basically she means a no-look step. You can see his foot down here. He knows that there's the step back up. And most people, if you're not familiar, well, I'll let her say it, but she just said backwards accidentally. That's what the on-screen text said.
Onto the porch without looking. If you've never been to a place, you aren't stepping backwards onto their porch without looking. You're not. You're just not. And I'm telling you that as a 5-year Amazon delivery driver, you're not doing it. And I've always told people that when you're going up to someone's front porch, it's obviously you're seeing where you're going. You can be very quick. But when you turn around and you go to walk away from their front door, I don't care that you just watch how many steps you walked up. Make sure the first thing you do when you turn around and you go to take your first step after you've dropped your packages off, you look before you step. Because you don't know how many times I almost ate shit and you'd be like, well, you just walked up those stairs. How could you forget? Because you're in such a rush and you're so busy. You don't think about it. But you don't know how many times I've turned around and just stepped without looking and almost completely eaten shit by stepping like off a whole bunch of steps. So
that's some great analysis. You can see, fun to watch her videos. Check out Jess Coast. I'm going to switch over to the little promo screen. Okay, that was smoother than before. And I will just scroll through her stuff for a second or two. No, that didn't work. That one. Yeah, great collection of videos. some of them get amazing views. Others, like that, you can tell it's good, not getting the views. So maybe she just needs some fresh eyes coming over. There's some Sarah Boone content too. So if you just want to go there and watch her Sarah Boone stuff, give her algorithm a kick. She's doing good work. She deserves to get some views. All right, that's Jess Coast. We'll give you, I've caught up a little bit, or no, I've caught up by 1 minute. We were 3 minutes behind. Now I'm only 2 minutes behind. Take a second to go subscribe if you're on a device. Oh, mods, if you're in chat, feel free to pin any of these channels as I'm mentioning them. Make it easier for people to go subscribe and come back. Especially if you've got double window capability, I appreciate that. So far, we've done Atozy, Northern Crimes, Jess Coast. If we just start doing it with Jess Coast, I'm sure Atozy and Northern Crimes will get their clicks. But our next is going to be Behind the Bench. So we're going to queue that up. Give people 30 to 45 seconds to come back from subscribing to Jess Coast. And another one to say says, I like that Dan D has long lives too. Always entertaining and the chat rocks. Thank you. It's because I came up in the chats too. So I recognize that for a lot of people, it's just a chance to get together and talk. So, I'm trying not to step too much over the chat that's going on. And at the same time, I love to support a side chat. If there's a conversation, like I heard some good stuff about the Letitia Stouch appeal. I'm not particularly well versed in it right now, other than knowing that it happened. But awesome to see that discussion going on in the chat and everybody learning from each other. So love to be able to foster it. And that's one of the reasons I've settled in on Fridays, so that it's pretty easy to know, that's my day. We can talk to our people. Can't talk about Sarah forever. I'll try to. But in the meantime, have you guys ever seen this judge? Oh, am I even on the page? No, I'm still on. Okay, that's fine though. We want her to get a good look. This is Judge Fleisher. He doesn't wear a robe, so he's instantly recognizable because of that. Usually wears a bow tie. Not always, but usually. He doesn't take no shit. If I had my choice of judges that could have handled Sarah besides Cranick, and I wouldn't change Cranick in a second if it was real life, but because that's already happened, we're just thinking fantasy, we're just spitballing here, having fun. I would put Judge Judy and Judge Fleisher. 1, 2, don't know which one's which, but either one of them, I would have loved to see how they dealt with Sarah. So Judge Fleisher is dealing with a sovereign citizen here. This is not his mom. This is his lawyer. You'd be forgiven for thinking it's his mom, for how she's just comforting him, stroking him, trying to keep him calm. He's a sovereign citizen. He was traveling. So that's enough of a preview. We'll, how much are we going to watch Behind the Bench? Oh, about 8 minutes of this. Okay, settle in. This is going to be fun.
Familiar with the court system, they don't know, number one.
Traveler. Okay.
She and I have already discussed it. Hear the PC if we can, Judge.
Okay.
And then on the bond reinstatement as well, Judge. Right.
So officers initiated a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas for a vehicle having a fictitious plate and the word traveler on it. During the stop, the defendant refused to provide
Traveler.
During the stop, the defendant refused to provide ID or insurance information, stating, "I do not consent to this." Officer attempted to remove the defendant from the vehicle, and defendant actively resisted by pulling his arm away from deputies until he was detained.
Okay. Tell me what.
So we looked at, I'm sorry, Madam Prosecutor, the interference with duties of public servant, Your Honor. Even if my client is failing to give them that, then it is an arrestable offense. But in this situation, it is, Judge. However, in this particular situation, he didn't interfere with anything in terms of his own arrest. I can, if it was a resisting or something to that effect, I can.
They're just trying to get him out of the car.
I don't disagree.
It's classic sovereign case where got the license plate, think that traveling by right is what I think how they term it.
Situation, Judge, and the reason I'm employing upon the court is, even from what Madam Prosecutor has seen on the video, they're pulling and tugging at his arm, which put my client in some fear. It was more than one officer. It was pretty.
But he still has a duty. If they're asking you to come out, they can lawfully do that. And there are videos, and go on YouTube, right? There are hundreds of videos where officers will literally destroy your car to get you out. When you get into a pissing match with a person who has the power of arrest, who's going to win, Mr. Daly?
We don't disagree, Your Honor.
Right. You know what I mean? That's real life.
We don't disagree, Your Honor. I think under the circumstances of what actually happened, it was not Mr. Daly's position to resist or to interfere. That was not. He was concerned for his safety at that point. And actually, I don't know, did you hear that on the video? Right. And so in reviewing the video, it was pretty quick, pretty brash. They didn't give him an opportunity to respond per the prosecutor. In this situation, it wasn't as if he was intentionally
Remember,
not.
this is just a mere probable cause.
Yes,
So,
Your Honor, I agree.
they ask you to come out of the car one time. Yeah, it's really, so, I think that there's enough probable cause to go forward now. The problem is, Mr. Daly, is that we revoke your bond. Your bond is set at 2501, and you've continually failed to appear. So, the case and the way that you've treated us, it shows me that you just refuse to accept authority. How are we supposed to deal with that? How do we deal with that, Timberlake?
Your Honor, the only reason I bring to your attention is I asked the court to take into consideration, we have a black.
The judge is so expressive. Like, I think the outfit helps, but when he's leaning in to listen, you can tell when he's, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not going down that road.
Works every day who, and I hate to put that on the court, but I do in this particular climate, that never been in contact with any particular law enforcement court system. And from what I can see and what I hear out here from a lot of my Black male, and I'm sure it's common knowledge, is that because they are unfamiliar with the court system, they don't know, number one. Number two, when they do come in contact with police, and my mother is assistant chief of police, so I can understand, even when I was younger, I was taught that there are certain things that you have to do with when a police officer even stop you on a speeding ticket. What we don't know is whenever these officers come up, when you're somebody who don't have the privilege of having a police officer as a parent, or who isn't familiar and is being raised in this particular climate and seeing what they see on TV and seeing what they hear and everything that has occurred,
seeing what they hear,
don't know what the proper steps are. I was trained from when I was grown up what you do. I'm not saying that what he did was right or wrong. I'm not saying that how he
don't always believe what you see when you hear.
reacted to this particular court, it is wrong. However, I'm employing upon the court to ask the court to take into a little bit of consideration. Number one, from his perspective, all defendants, can't just say this, but
It's a very hands-on attorney, like very hands-on. Bailiff is like, I don't go hands-on as often as this attorney does.
That, from what I've known from this particular case and now in talking to him, I do believe that there is a sense of sometimes they just don't know. Sometimes they just don't. So I'm asking to reinstate his PR bond. I am now on the case. What you know about me, I'm a tight attorney. I run a tight ship. So,
she runs a tight ship. Yeah, I'm always within slapping distance of my clients.
I can reach him and getting him to court and resolving this matter, which is what I talked to the
She probably does have a reputation for getting her clients to court. I believe that. There's always like local variances, and I'm sure she works with probably some of the toughest people to represent. It's like the Patricia Cashman of this circuit.
When you were on break, it's like, let's just resolve this. Let's take care of this.
I'll buy it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm not going to do this again, though. I promise you. I don't care whoever you have. If you flake on us again, that's 3 times. It's out. I'm not going to do it again. Do you understand, Mr. Daly? I mean, when you come to court, good things happen. When you don't show up and you continually do it, you can't expect good things to happen.
And that's so if you've seen Judge Fleisher, he gives a lot of good results. He's if anyone's going to give you a chance, he's the judge that's going to give you a chance. So it's pretty stupid to be skipping court when he's the judge that's been assigned to your case. But yeah, not every defendant understands that.
Now, do you have a Texas driver's license?
Not right now.
You're not allowed to drive.
Right.
You have a bond condition and you've signed an affidavit with me today promising you're not going to drive. I don't care how you term it. Driving, traveling, however you're going to word it, whatever you do not get into the driver's seat of an automobile, a motorcycle, anything with a combustible engine where you can get on the road unless you have approval from us. Do you understand? I don't care that you have to work. I don't care if you have to go to church. I don't care if you're going to a funeral. I don't care if you're going to wherever it may be. Do not drive. Do you understand? Heed this warning. You're not going to get another one. Okay, Timberlake, I'll reinstate the bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'll talk to her. We were going to try to talk to Chief, but it's pretty busy
I mean, I think the case is only 3 months old,
Yes,
so you've got time. You can do whatever you want.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court now, but you must stay in touch with her and she'll tell you when you got to come back to court. If she comes back and tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're playing games or you've gone AWOL or whatnot, or you get arrested for something else, all bets off. We good? I'm not asking for much, man. You know, really. And for future reference, when you get into a pissing match with someone with the power of arrest, you are nearly always going to lose.
Even if you think you're right. Yeah.
And as a young Black man in today's society, you got to be extra special careful because things can go really wrong really quick. And there's evidence of that over and over and over. I'm not.
So yeah, that's a good example of like he gives real advice to defendants and is pretty good at making them listen. Like I've seen more engaged looks from defendants who kind of realize that somebody who's talking with them rather than to them. And I don't know. So I really enjoy his channel, and that's I don't even know that this is his channel. But it's called Behind the Bench that releases all of his videos. That's what it is there. What do you mean subscribe? I'm sure I'm subscribed. Am I not subscribed? How the hell did that happen? I'm subscribed on my, well, I'm subscribed now too. Subscribed on my alt account. All right, Behind the Bench. Yeah, see, only 350 subscribers. 103 videos. Some of their videos. Okay. Yeah, there's something weird. Maybe, I don't know what's going on with this channel, but I like their content, so. And it shows up in my feed, even though I wasn't subscribed, so we'll see how much of it I get now. Maybe we'll double those views just on this stream. Interesting. What's it say? 2 longtime best friends are coming together to showcase talent in Northern Ontario. The hell does that have to do with? I don't know. Well, I'm featuring them anyway. That's it. They're Behind the Bench. Who knows what it has to do with Northern Ontario hockey? It seems a little far away from where Fleischer's practicing, but that's neither here nor there. The content's good. I vouch for it. But we're moving on. All right. Back to the full screen and to the next video. Who are we featuring next? Midwest Safety. We're behind. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We'll maybe skip around a little bit in this video. It's called When the Whole Neighborhood Gets Arrested. Midwest Safety's doing just fine without a flux of Dan D support, but 3.369. 369. Damn thing fine. Yeah, 369 subscribers is what Midwest Safety has. 3-6 Mafia. Anyway, let's just watch this video about when the whole neighborhood gets arrested. Oh, and I'm sitting here grooving to that like you guys can see it. There we go. Down here at the bottom, you can see it's 369. Yeah, fine. Back to the full screen and watch this video. I'll catch up with you in the chat.
What's up, man? Good, how you doing? How you doing? Don't put me in cuffs this time, man.
No, you're good, man. Please get her out of my yard, please. I want to tell you what the problem is.
All right, you can walk. Is
She works for the sheriff's office, this one here in the left-hand side of the scrreen.
this your house?
No, my house is over there.
Then go to your house.
Go to my house.
Don't be an Go to your house or I'll take you to jail.
I got her, man.
Stop. And she kept calling my kids. I'm going to get out tomorrow.
Come on, go over there, man.
What's your name? Hey, come here. Run my name. Just going to show you I work for the sheriff's office in Glades County. Come here. Good luck. Come here. You better come here right now. I'm not doing shit.
Come here. You can't punch it like that.
There's a lot of taser in this video. I really hope their tasers are charged. The reason I picked this video actually is they do have tons of subscribers. This is one of their lower viewed videos, so it just shows the algorithm sometimes misses. This is, we're only a minute in. We've already heard the tasers 3 times. There's a few more. Well, that's one of the most viewed parts right there. But yeah, there's still good video to come. I'm surprised that this is one of their less viewed videos. Maybe it's going to get the bump after us.
Get back. Come here. Get back.
Okay, that's a good test of whether my noise filters are set up properly. I think I've got everything balanced so that even when it goes really loud, it cuts it and you can tell it's loud, but it also doesn't blow your eardrums out. Let me know if that's the case. Thank you for it. Ah!
Bet you're losing your goddamn job today. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach.
Thank you, Bedtime. Really appreciate the subs.
Get on your stomach.
Have a good night.
All the way down. Stay right there. Put your hands on top of your head.
Or the memberships.
Dispatch, start EMS. I got 1 tased.
Start EMS, 1 tased. Spoiler alert, there's more than 1.
I don't have to explain myself to you.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
That's my wife.
You better go inside before you go to jail too. You. If I got to. I work for the sheriff's office, so
Eat dick, bitch.
nothing wrong but walk. That is it. You can't take me to jail. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach or you can get tased. Get on your stomach or you will get tased too. Now. Get on your stomach now. What did I break the law? On your stomach.
I think the people who scream like that are the same ones that if you've ever driven by a schoolyard at recess, there's a, it sounds like all of them are doing it. It's probably just 12 kids and they grow up to be these people.
On your back. Hands behind your back. You're going to get it again. You're taking a law enforcement officer, you jackass.
You jackass.
Put your hands behind your back. Okay, I will. Put your hands behind your back right now. Face you again, motherfucker. Do you want it? Do you want it?
2 people down.
I'm being easy.
You're being easy? Yeah. You're going for assault on a police officer.
You were punching already.
You're damn right I was. Now stand up.
For what?
Stand up.
For what?
You're gonna fucking get it again, and you act up again. Do you understand? You're getting the wrong person. Get up. Get up.
You got the wrong person.
Hey, man. You straight punched her in the face, bro.
Yes, I did.
For what?
Because that's my job. Sit down.
Like a punch in the face.
Sit down. Ow! What the fuck? Quit acting. Put your phone in.
This is so good.
You're trying to arrest me and I didn't do nothing wrong. Maria, you got my cat. Get in the car. I didn't do nothing.
The goat.
You want to go to jail too? That's a kid, man. Go inside. I don't care. Go inside. Go inside. I'm on my property. Go inside. Hey, I'm on my property. Doesn't matter. No trespassing.
You want to go to jail too? I'm going to make my quota tonight.
Inside. This is my property, bro. You can go to jail if you don't calm her down. Hey, listen, this is my property, bro. Doesn't matter. Come in my yard. Does not matter. Yes, it is. You want to interfere police work? You can go to jail. You're on my property right now. You come out in the street. Step back. You come out in the street, you're going to jail. You understand me? My property now, please. Do you understand me? I'm telling you right now. And I'm telling you, I am a law enforcement officer in the great state of Florida. I don't care who you are, man. That don't mean you come out into the street. You will go to jail. Okay, you see me on my property? Yes, I do. All right, so step the back. You want to bow up to me, you'll go to jail. You see me bowl it up? You're the one coming up to me like you big and bad, man. Because you got a badge. You want to go to jail? You think you're big and bad, you got a badge, bro. Come on, you're on my property. Come on, man. Come on. Yes, and you can go to jail. You want to bow up to me, you can go to jail. I didn't bow up to you. Get on the ground. On the ground. On the ground. On the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Turn around now. Oh, my God. I didn't do nothing, bro. I didn't do nothing, man. Put your hands behind your back, dude. Put your hands behind your back.
I didn't do nothing.
Give me your other hand. Put your hand behind your back. I'm not resisting. Put your hand behind your back. Put it behind your back. You want to get it again? Do you want to get it again? No. Shut up.
All right.
Are you serious? You wanted to? Stop. You wanted to. He's a kid, man. Well, then get in the way so I don't get him. Listen, bro, I didn't do nothing, bro.
Do you want some? We still got a little charge left in these.
Stop, man. Can y'all make sure my girl's all right? Because you tased her pretty hard, bro. Yeah, I did.
You tased her pretty hard, bro. Like you just give someone a light tasing, like, you know, just to let you know. You tased her pretty hard, bro.
Aggressive, that's what you get. I didn't get aggressive. Well, you can go to jail now. And get this lawyer on, bro.
Oh, fuck. What a video.
I'm getting up. Let me get up, bro. Turn around. Okay, can you get my, can I get something? We'll do our job when we're supposed to. Walk this way. I didn't even do nothing to you, but that's...
Walk this way, and dog this way. Walk this way, and dog this way. Well, just give me a kiss.
Bro. And you know I didn't do nothing to you, man. Hold up, my pants are falling, bro. Can you pick up my pants, please? My pants are falling, you're gonna take me like that? And you know I didn't do nothing to you, man. You came to my property, man. And you got loud with me. I'm the one trying to stop everything from happening. You're not doing a very good job. I was trying, bro. Have a seat. Well, can you pick up my pants? Have a seat. Hey, all right. Sit down. Bro.
He's a dick, bro.
Keep on kicking my I'm going to pepper spray you.
I did not do anything. You're
Do you want it?
me.
Do you want it? Yes or no?
No.
Then shut up and stop kicking. Shut up.
Am I bleeding? So that was 7 minutes of a 14-minute video. Pretty good, I think. I have no idea why that didn't get the views of their regular content, but in any case, we had a good time. We're going to catch up a little bit. We don't need to check out their page. We know it's Midwest Safety. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. They're a fantastic channel. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to react to in the future. I try and pull at least one video from this channel per reaction when I'm doing those kind of videos. So I can count on them. They've got good stuff. What's next? There's the taser gun. This is Code Blue Cam. Right, Code Blue Cam is fantastic too. I put these guys back to back because they really, they're great for raw footage. We're not going to spend too much time chatting about it because I have 8.5 minutes lined up from this. Like it's going to be good. Yeah, this is the taser section of the Dandy Dozen. We're about halfway through the show. coming up on 5 p.m. Pacific. I always want to say specific, like it's specifically 5 p.m. Pacific time. And that's 8 p.m. in Ocala.
I got one running from me. Get on the ground.
We got a runner.
Get on the ground. All right, here we go. Get on the ground. Let go. Down. Stop pushing back, dude. I'm not.
The Outhouse arrest. Okay. And again, 324,000 views, which is, would be huge for me, but for them, they're getting millions of views on channels. How do they have so much content that the Outhouse arrest with a taser isn't one of their top viewed videos? So here I am again, looking out for the little guy, helping people's views that are missing the algorithm. Dan D sent ya.
Trying to check you.
You're pushing me into a toilet. With being rough with me, you're pushing me into a urinal.
Let go.
On a Sunday afternoon in May 2025, a Monroe County Sheriff's deputy was patrolling in Key West, Florida, when he noticed a man leaving a store shirtless. Moments earlier, the deputy had seen the 36-year-old man, later identified as Kyle, who had an out-of-state warrant from Wisconsin, wandering inside the store. When the deputy tried to say hello, Kyle avoided eye contact and clearly wasn't interested in conversation. Kyle then hopped on a scooter and rode off. The deputy followed him from a distance and saw him roll through a stop sign. After pulling him over, Kyle abruptly stepped off the scooter and casually started snacking on candy. But what came next was anything but sweet.
Committed? Let me see your license.
Was there a crime committed?
Yes.
Which one?
The way you
Which
took that
one?
corner was unsafe. The way you came to a stop.
Lie.
Let me see your driver's license.
No.
You were.
I got the First Amendment right to refuse my driver's license.
You were about ready to go
I
to jail.
didn't take any corner wrong. I live here every day. I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay. I'm conducting a traffic stop on you.
I'm valid. I'm valid license.
Let me see your driver's license.
No crime committed.
Are you refusing to provide your license to me?
You betcha, because I didn't commit a crime. No.
Bring it back. Come here.
No. We got a runner.
Limit 20, I got one running from me. 2nd Street behind Roostica. 2nd Ave, white male, board shorts. 2nd and 3rd Street. Get over here, dude.
Kyle continued to gain ground on the deputy and yeeted himself over a fence, leaving the deputy behind. But it wasn't over yet.
Nice
Get on the
yeet.
ground. Subject hopped the fence into AmeriGas. 11:20, I lost sight of him. His scooter is parked on 2nd half behind. Tom, you want to head to the scooter first? I'm at 2nd and 2nd now, walking back to, 2nd and 1st. He's tucked back in somewhere between AmeriGas and Classic Collision. What's your buddy's name? Is it registered to him? 11:28, just noting CAD, taser deployed, he pulled probes out. He's still in there? Did you see where he went? Yeah, you guys are good, it's more this side. No, a guy ran from me, we're somewhere back in here. Park at 1st Ave and 2nd Street. He's still, according to a witness, still tucked in behind where AmeriGas.
Eventually, a neighbor across the street began motioning to the deputy, pointing toward the property and repeatedly saying, bathroom.
Did you see him? Huh? He's still in there?
Bathroom.
11:20, according to a witness or neighbor sitting up here, I believe he went into the bathroom at AmeriGas.
I'm going to make a terrible pun here, but what a shitty place to have to wait out a shootout. You know how awful an outhouse is. Like, if you've ever been to like a public fair or something where when you get in, you kind of take a deep breath and hope that you don't have to take one before you get out. We got a dude that's just stationed there waiting until the heat dies down.
I drove around, I didn't see him.
According to a witness, he's still tucked in here.
Okay.
I popped him once, he took him out.
Taser or firearm?
I'm just gonna blast this son of a bitch. He's wearing board shorts.
I'm just going to blast this sumbitch. I hope he's talking about the taser then. Taser or firearm? I'm just going to blast this sumbitch. He's not happy. Nobody likes to be made to run.
Listen, you probably went in here. Go lethal.
No lethal?
I said go lethal.
Whoa! Go lethal. Oh, okay. What time is it? I don't know if we PG stream here, Code Blue Cam. Go lethal? Fuck me. He's mad. That's not a bathroom.
After entering the property, deputies searched the area.
That's Bubbles' shack. Now his kitties are going to get out. They had nothing to do with that. Trailer Park Boys, if you're a Bubbles fan.
In nearby sheds for Kyle until they came across a porta-potty.
Which one? That building? Oh, this porta-potty.
Bathroom.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
On the ground. Get on the ground now.
Get on the ground.
What?
Lay on the ground.
Get on the ground.
For what?
Lay on the ground. 11:28 out. We want at the portal potty.
So we got 2 lethal, 1 non-lethal. Maybe that's the lethal is backup for the taser guy.
Eric, give me the air.
For what?
Get on the ground. You need to get on the ground.
Cover me.
I didn't commit any crime. I didn't do
Get on the
anything
ground.
wrong.
Get on the ground. On the ground.
You don't have to rip me to the
here we go.
ground. I'll
Get
lay
on the ground.
I'll
Let go.
lay down.
Oh.
We got a man down.
On the ground.
You don't have to rip me to the
here we go.
ground. I'll
Get
lay
on the ground.
I'll
Let go.
lay down.
Oh.
Go over.
She didn't let go. She was wearing gloves at least. I think she had the leather gloves on. But he says, let go, and then he just shoots anyway. Told you to let go. I think there's a lot of things that aren't according to training going on in this video.
Give me your hand.
Stop it. What did you do that? Why did you do
Give me a
that?
hand.
Lethal because he mad.
Perfect. Bad day, my friend.
This is on that side.
Right here.
He's quite lucky to get out of that without...
Sit on your side.
Cops are
You're
mad.
not standing.
Well, I'm not being robbed for anything.
You're being arrested.
For what?
Resisting.
Resisting what? I didn't commit a crime. What crime?
Yeah, you did.
What crime?
Committed a traffic infraction. And you're,
No, I didn't.
And, you're,
I know my law.
and you're
A traffic infraction. Go lethal. Fuck me. Damn. I don't know where this is. Where is this? Right, we're going to guess Florida. Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Right. Good to know.
Amendment right.
And you're
I'm
impaired.
not impaired.
Yeah, you are. Move this way. Hey, move over. Stop pushing back, dude.
Head and toilet.
Stop resisting.
I'm not.
Stop pushing back, dude.
I'm not.
You are. I'm trying to check
You're
you.
pushing me into a toilet.
Well, stop pushing
I'm
back
not.
at me.
I'm not. I am not resisting or doing anything. God damn. I can't bend that way. Look at my neck. I can't bend that way.
Stop fighting me.
Go ahead.
I can't
Stop
bend that
resisting.
way. I can't bend it. I can't bend that
Can you
way.
repeat
that? I can't bend that way. Quit being rough with me. You're
Let go.
pushing me into a urinal.
Let go.
Look at the urinal.
Let go.
Pull me in the dirt.
Roll to your
Stop
side.
resisting and just comply.
I'm not resisting.
Stay like that.
Damn it.
dude.
It smells like piss right here.
Stay like that.
It smells like
Right here. Like, most of it's pretty sanitary, but somebody missed. Because right here really smells like this. Fucking asparagus, dude.
I got him. We're good. They sent a rescue?
Yeah.
You got my head in piss.
Sit on your butt.
You got my head in piss.
Sit on your butt.
Okay, let me turn. Let me turn.
Sit down.
Pull my hand.
Sit down.
I gotta push up.
There. Sit right there.
You got my head in piss.
Huh?
I'm not resisting. You just got my head in a urinal.
And then he backs up.
Look where I'm at.
I don't care.
Yeah, but it's not probable cause. It's not
It
my
is.
First Amendment right to put my head in piss.
Well, if you just listen to what we
It's not my First Amendment right to have my head put in piss. No, that's like 28th or 35th Amendment. That's way down the list. It's probably on there, though.
that with him happen.
I didn't listen. I don't
You
have
did not
to. because
listen.
It's
You're
my
right.
First
You did.
Amendment right. I didn't break any law.
He did.
So technically, by the law.
What a great video to have, like, you know, this guy's 20 years old. Oh, yeah, no, I had a video that went viral on the internet, kids. What a great look.
You have to have, no, you don't know that. That's your suspicion. You have to have probable cause of my First Amendment right. So, you.
Okay, well, you go to jail on felony, so don't worry.
First Amendment has nothing to do with probable cause. That's your freedom of expression. So him being able to say fuck you right there, that's your freedom of expression. So congratulations. You exercised that effectively.
For what? Because I committed a crime that you suspected without doing your research? That's illegal as fuck.
I think he did his own research.
What you got? You're a public servant. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna lose anything, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was pulled over, didn't have any keys and anything. Go ahead. Try it. You didn't have any reason to stop me because I was already off the vehicle with no keys in it.
No, it was not. You were still on it when I pulled up behind you.
No?
Yes, you are. It's on camera.
Okay. Try to pursue that in court. What's your probable cause of stopping me?
Feet out.
What's your probable cause?
Your driving pattern.
That's a lie. You see me buying a case of beer in the CVS, and that's why you pulled me over.
No.
Yes, it is, and I'll pull the CVS cameras.
That's fine.
I'll pull the CVS cameras and prove I was buying a case of beer. Oh yeah, that's pretty good evidence. Okay.
Cops can't do that, just to let you know.
Yeah, we can.
No, you can't.
It's called protectual.
It's against our First Amendment right. I didn't do anything.
Then you decided to run.
Yeah, because you don't have a problem stopping me. You don't have any reason. If nothing happened, then I'm not in your control. If you didn't know that, let me hit my vape a couple times.
Let me hit my vape a couple times. He's definitely gone down in his negotiations. He's willing to accept a lot less than his original. Let me go.
I've been cooperative.
Oh, let me down.
Is that what you call cooperative?
Wow.
Thanks for the replay.
Stand up out here?
No.
I can't hit my vape a couple times?
No.
I just bought it.
You alright? Eating gummy bears. Eating gummy bears. Kyle, you got a driver's license?
Can't open my wallet.
Yeah, okay. You're under arrest.
Okay, well, let's look that law up.
You have plenty of time when you're sitting in a jail cell. I believe they have an excellent law library you can use.
So for no reason.
Now, Sarah says it's a shitty law library. She needs $600 books from Amazon in softcover because they don't have what she needs in the law library. So maybe the Wisconsin Law Library is better.
You can just go on my person at any time.
You're under arrest, dude. You ran from the police. You have charges.
You didn't have any charges on me.
You stop resisting, stop running.
I can run wherever I want.
You refuse to identify yourself on the law.
I don't have to.
I can run wherever I want. Like he was just out for a run.
You don't have a probable cause. I do not have to identify myself. Go ahead, I'll bring it to court.
That's fine. Do me a favor. Hang tight with him. I'm going to pull my car around.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, get me away from this urinal, bro. Okay, that's Code Blue Cam. There's a little bit more of that video, but we've got some fun videos set up here.
Not fast.
Anyone familiar with Sock Puppet Master? Sock Puppet Master, I think I first saw their videos on Chinese spyware known as TikTok. They take audio, a lot of audio from Code Blue Cam, and then animate it in this particular style, and they're hilarious. So we're going to watch a few of those, and I'll check in with the chat again. Got 4 videos from Sock Puppet Master here. They're all between 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes long.
You're going 75? Is there a reason you're going that fast?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna have you step out of the car real quick. How much did you have to drink tonight?
Just a drink.
What kind of drinks was that?
You wanna have like interrogation with me? I'll have my drawer come over here and talk to you.
You're who?
The drawer. Maybe I can pronounce it right, pero te voy a decir en español. I don't know what you're telling me.
All right, we have a Spanish-speaking officer coming over, okay?
You know, if you're gonna take me to your station, you should might as well just put me in your car. Freezing my ass off here.
All right, well, they're on their way right now, the Spanish-speaking officer that you requested, so we're gonna wait.
Is this like verifying everything that's happening?
The camera is on.
Okay, because I feel like you're having me freeze to death. Do you see how bad I am shaking? Do you see my hand?
It's above freezing out and you're wearing a coat. You're okay.
And I'm really freaking cold. Help me! Help me!
Help me!
Help me!
All right, we're just waiting for the Spanish-speaking officer.
No, I need to call 911 on the speaker on my phone.
We are the police.
What is happening?
We are the police.
This has never happened to me.
Why don't you zipper your coat up or button?
No, that does not make a fucking difference if you really care about my living, because I might die anytime soon, because this has never happened to me.
Well, your whole chest is exposed. It'll make it a little bit warmer.
Your whole chest is exposed.
I'm running out of breath. I'm running out of breath.
Tango 30, you can use just step it up. She's feigning a medical issue right now. Well, I'm gonna put on rubber gloves.
What do you have against me? Let's go to fucking trial, okay?
I want you to
Body came off. Protocol is that you turn it off. If a citizen requests it to turn it off, she's a lawyer. She's a lawyer.
So they want you guys to leave?
I've seen this original video.
Let's just make it easy, okay?
I know that your protocol is.
So you're trespassing, so we gotta leave now, unless you want to be in there.
We're not trespassing. You haven't notified us, so we're trespassing.
What did I just say to you? We're trespassing. Let's go.
Number one.
I don't
Number
want to
two.
arrest you guys.
You're not going to arrest us.
We gotta go.
We ask you to turn the body
I don't
cam
want to
off.
deal with this.
She's a fucking lawyer, so she knows.
She's a fucking lawyer.
So that's not true.
It is. That's law.
I'm an AG.
Good for you. I don't give a shit. Let's go. We're leaving. We're leaving.
I'm an AG.
I'm an AG. I'm an AG. What are you probable cause to detain me for?
You're being detained because you're not leaving.
Buddy, you're going to regret this.
Yeah.
You're going to regret it. I'm an AG.
We will get to
Take your fucking hands off me.
You're adding charges.
We're overreacting. Get in the car.
No!
Get in the car.
You're a grown adult. You're acting like a kid.
This is so inappropriate. You're overreacting.
What happened? How'd you get on the tracks, man?
How'd you get on the tracks?
Try and reverse this thing out. Your car ain't going nowhere, dude. You're buried. I need you guys out of the car because there is a train coming right now. You're buried, bro. I gotta order you guys out. Get out of the car, both of you guys. Come on. I mean, I feel like we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We can push this motherfucker, right? Oh yeah,
Push it real good.
I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan's son. I'm not doing anything wrong.
How did you manage to get on the train tracks, man?
I was just trying to get home. Got a little discombobulated.
Well, we got a tow truck on the way.
We need a tow truck? Really? I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of us. We throw this thing in reverse.
Well, I've already got concerns for your level of impairment anyways, okay? So that's why.
Why?
Because I can smell alcohol coming from you, and you're on train tracks.
Scale from 0 to 10, 0 be completely sober, 10 being falling down drunk. Where would you put yourself at? 3.
3.
I pull all this shit off. You want to see my dick? And you want to check under my nuts too?
No, not really.
It's just a big dick and some big balls, bro. I just want to understand why y'all are treating me as if I did something fucking criminal.
Because I think you have driving under the influence.
But I'm not. Chill the fuck out, bro.
You chill out. Hold on.
Stop picking.
Yo. Man, what a Monday night.
You're driving without a valid driver's license.
Why do I not have a valid driver's
Why do I
You
not?
tell me. As of right now, it shows that you have a valid identification card. That's it. No valid driver's license.
Can you call like a superior or something?
There's no supervisor going to come out for a suspended license.
I am sitting on the side of the road and seeking a lawyer representation.
If you're talking to an attorney, I'm not going to stand here while you're talking to an attorney. You can do that in your own time. I issued you a citation for running a stop sign. The second citation for driving without a valid license. I need your signature.
Is this Australia? Is that the accent? It sounds vaguely not American anyway.
Here, it's not an admission of guilt.
Signing them.
Okay, I'm going to let you know if you do not sign it.
New Zealand. Maybe New Zealand. We'll see. It's a Kiwi accent.
It's a criminal offense and you will go driving without a valid license. I need your signature on here. It's not an admission of guilt.
Signing them.
Okay, I'm going to let you know if you do not sign this, it is a criminal offense and you will go to jail right now. There you go.
Wait for my lawyer
There is no waiting. We are not
show
standing here to wait. You will go to jail for refusal.
Being kidding.
Negative. You will go to
you
jail.
literally don't have better shit to do right now.
I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Do you wish to sign this?
I wish you're my attorney.
It's because she's DUI. Step out. Step out. You're not going to hold your finger up to me? Get out of the car. We're not at court. Your attorney means nothing to me right now. I've given you a lawful order. Get out of the car.
Why is that a lawful order?
Because I said so.
Why is that a
You don't
lawful
have a
order?
driver's license. I'm not playing this game. What fucking law school you went to? Do not kick me. Do not kick me. You will take a felony charge.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, nope, you just
Are
kicked
you
us
kidding
both,
me? Why my lawyer?
Well, your lawyer's not coming to my traffic stop.
No, my lawyer is coming to the traffic stop.
Right.
All right. That was Sock Puppet Master. We'll quickly go to their screen. I think we've done a bit of a catch up. Sock Puppet Master has fun videos. They only have 18,000 subscribers on YouTube. 18,000 and a half. They have 125 videos. It looks like they maybe just, I think they're more active on other platforms. So it's just a matter of, they batch upload to here and then they go away for a while and come back. But if you're on YouTube, subscribe to them, put them in their feed. Someone you can always go back to for some fun shorts. They're great when you only have a couple of minutes and you still want your true crime content with a little bit of a humorous twist. Our next video is going to come from, this is a channel that started around the same time as me. This is Psychology of True Crime with RC. She approaches crime from a psychological angle. That's, obvious from the name. It's kind of what's on the tin there. But both of us kind of started growing at the same time. So I've always been keeping an eye on how she's growing. She initially just started by doing single take reads, like of 10 to 20 minutes worth of material. And, now she's starting to use transitions and, it's just fun watching people build their craft. She's coming from a lot more expertise. So, learning this is like a whole second skill. For me, it's kind of dusting off old skills I haven't used before, but I have no expertise. So I really have to lean into building my production skills. But, the reason I chose this video from Psychology of True Crime, she has 661 subscribers. This video has 247 views. It was released the day that Charlie Adelson's appeal was released. And I remember watching it thinking that this really gets into the headspace that we're interested in for Sarah when she starts thinking about her appeal and when she eventually gets her appeal day. So with that said, let's listen to RC and listen with a lens of how this same day will affect Sarah.
There's something psychologically unique about the day of an appeal. Not because the person has changed, not because the facts have changed, but because the mind is no longer alone with the story. And once a story walks into a courtroom, it never fully belongs to one person again. Today, the story enters a courtroom. Welcome to the Psychology of True Crime with me, RC. And today, I want to talk about the psychology of appeal day, using the publicly known case of Charlie Adelson, only as context, not to predict outcomes, not to speculate, but to understand what happens psychologically when a private internal world becomes public procedure, because appeal day is not just legal, it is psychological contact, and the contact leaves a mark. In the weeks leading up to an appeal, most of the experience happens internally. It happens in thought, in rumination, in imagined futures. But the day of the appeal is different. It's no longer imagined. It's structured. It's external. The mind is forced out of rehearsal and into encounter. And psychologically, encounter is harder. Because when something becomes real, the psyche loses its ability to soften it. And mental distance disappears. The calendar becomes physical. The courtroom becomes real. And the nervous system knows it. This is the moment the body shifts from anxiety into survival mode. One of the first psychological realities of appeal day is this. It is performance environment. Not in the sense of theater, but in the sense that everything is contained, observed, and regulated. Every breath, every glance, every pause is now part of record. Appeal day has rules, time limits, language constraints. The person at the center may not speak freely, may not control the narrative, may not even participate in person or emotionally. This is one of the most psychologically disorienting aspects of appeal day. Being present, but not powerful. Being central, but not in control. So, what happens psychologically? Many people experience a kind of forced stillness. The body is activated, but expression becomes restricted. This is where you see internal stress without outward release. This is psychologically intense because stress without outlet becomes pressure. And pressure in the human psyche always looks for somewhere to go, even if that somewhere is inward. Another distinct feature of Appeal Day is that it creates what psychology calls irreversibility awareness. Before the day of an appeal, hope was able to remain abstract, but today the mind begins to understand this is being decided in real time. This is moving forward, whether I'm ready or not. And irreversibility is psychologically the most anxiety-producing human experience because it forces the psyche to confront finality. There's no pause button on this day, only before and after. Appeal Day is also a confrontation with limitations, not just legal limitations.
So I'm going to take a quick pause and address a little of the chat. Some questions. So is she AI? I don't think so. Like, I've gotten messages, we've communicated, and I'm sure AI could communicate, but that would be kind of weird. The thing that's most human is the learning and the transitions. I remember giving advice about, just try and learn one new thing with each new video. And some of the transitions suggest somebody that's just trying things to see what works, what doesn't. So there's definitely a human side to this. I think that very well the voice might be run through some kind of synthesizer. And we got to remember, when people are starting on YouTube, not everyone is super confident. Like, I wasn't super confident. I wanted to hide behind a black screen for the first 6, 8 lives I did. I, did peekaboos where I turned on the camera and then turned it back off again. But, everyone who's starting on the platform, they have their own story. I don't really know what the story is behind this channel, but I just remember seeing that there was some well-researched content, and it wasn't, she was getting 6 views, 15 views, but still putting out a video every 2 to 3 days. It's a very realistic production schedule. It's not like she's just cranking out videos that mean nothing. So anyway, that's my pitch. We're going to watch a little bit more. We're just going to skip towards the end of her summary here, and you can go to her channel, Psychology of True Crime, if you want to see more of her coverage. But I think that she sums it up kind of well here too. So give her the last minute and then we'll move on to the next.
There will not be an immediate decision for this appeal. The decision may take months or even up to a year to be decided upon. I will continue to cover the case through a psychological lens with restraint, compassion, and a focus on impact over spectacle, because true crime is not content. It is aftermath. If we forget the psychology, we risk turning real suffering into background noise. And today is one of those days where the aftermath becomes visible again. Appeal Day is not just when hope speaks. It's when reality answers. And for Dan Markel's family, reality has been speaking for years. And part of honoring that reality is refusing to look away when the process becomes uncomfortable to watch. Thank you for being here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.
All right, so that was Psychology of True Crime. If you're interested, look her up. Again, all of these will be in the description.
Like Sarah, stop singing.
We have Reporting Live from the Sofa as our next one. Has anyone heard of this guy? He has a group called the Sofa Squad. They're fairly popular. You'll see them in chats
got a lot of
in and around the internet. Rest in peace, Roscoe. When I first started watching Paul, I remember him giving shout out to Roscoe. His early Sarah Boone coverage, his setup looked kind of similar to what I'm trying now. He just had a desk, a little couch behind him, no fancy credentials, none of that stuff. Anyway, what I've chosen out of his collection, an underviewed video that I think we are going to love. 21,000 views. He put this up 5 months ago. Most people know him for the Donna Adelson bad lip reads. This is some Sarah Boone bad lip reads. How much do I have? We have 8.5 minutes of this. We're going to watch 6 minutes from the beginning and then a little section in the middle. Here we go. Take it, Paul.
Okay, I've got a lot of work to do today at the defense table. So much filing, so many facsimiles.
Sarah, there is no fax machine over here. I'm just letting you know that. Yeah.
Really? Oh. Yeah, guess what? I'm not wearing a bra today. Yeah, I know. Isn't that naughty? Huh? You're what? You don't like that? Really? Really? You don't like that? I'm making you well, I'll just turn, please. I don't have any sneakers on either. My toes are sweaty. They are. They are. I invented these. See these things right here? Look. These Post-its? I invented that. That was me. See the sticky thing? I did that. Yeah, see, they just stick right there. I also don't have socks on. I know. I'm so naughty. There's other things I invented too. Oh yeah, lots. I'll tell you as we go. But just know, my feet are smelly. Okay, everybody. Well, Sarah was quite busy during her trial. If you followed me on the live stream channel, we followed this one intensely for years. And Miss Sarah made herself very busy, made herself very well known during the trial. So, for those who are unfamiliar with who's Sarah, what's this suitcase talk? What's going on up in here, Paul? Well, I'm gonna tell you. So Sarah Boone was accused of and convicted of killing her boyfriend, George Torres Jr. in February of 2020. Now, the prosecutors would say that Boone allegedly zipped Torres up in a suitcase during what she initially called a game of hide and seek at their Winter Park home in Florida. Now, she would claim that she fell asleep and found him unresponsive the next morning. Boone was eventually, of course, arrested and charged with second-degree murder. And her case drew major attention due to, of course, the disturbing details, but also the videos that she took of the case. Now, she was offered a very sweet deal that she would be, pretty close within a few years of going home. However, she declined this. She would drag this out for years and years until it finally made its way to court, and where she was found guilty and sentenced promptly to life behind bars. Sarah Boone has been the birthing place of memes and internet fodder and joke and comedy ever since. She is completely over the top. She is absolutely derailed and off the chain. So what we're going to be doing today in today's video is we are going to be doing another bad lip reading. So many of you asked me to do Sarah Boone, especially if you follow me for a while, and you know how I kind of did this during the trial. So during the trial, we kind of fixated on, her shoulder pads, her inventing Post-its, it's all this silly stuff or whatever, very Sarah Boone stuff. So the way we'll do this is I've just pulled some clips and we're just going to kind of see where Paul's little brain goes to today. So go ahead and buckle up and pour you a fresh cup because we're about to get into today's video.
Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad.
All right, we'll skip to his first lip reads. Great stuff.
Edition. Hello, Sofa Squad, and welcome back to the sofa. We got a fake sofa. Clips.
Do you recall who specifically, sir? Mr. Owens. Okay, thank you.
Well, I'm just going to sit here and do some filing. I know I had a list of things to do today at work. Let's see, invent Post-its did that. Yes, let's see here. There we go. There we go. Let's file that. Okay, yes. And we're going to facsimile this later. I'm just going to stamp it. Could you file that, please? Thank you. Okay, thank you, Judge. Let me just nudge this little podium. Oh, this is neat. Hello, everybody. Now, look, I just want to go ahead and get right to the chase over here. She is not wearing shoes. She also did not invent Post-its. She also is wearing shoulder pads. From what I can understand from defense counsel and the complaint they filed, she is also not wearing a brassiere. But don't let any of that fool you. She'll also say she didn't kill her boyfriend, George. And that is quite the opposite in today's courtroom. Oh my goodness, there's the suitcase. I'm just going to pretend I didn't. Are the cameras on? Yes. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We're going.
Peekaboo at the camera.
Guess what? I'm not wearing socks. Hey, yummy. I'm not wearing them. Hey, okay, so look, what's going on? Really? Oh my gosh, I know. I can't believe it either. I can't believe they put the suitcase there near me to make me feel, I can't.
Yeah, no, we don't have a chance in hell to do this. Sarah, you sure you don't want to take that plea deal?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Is the camera still on? Okay, well, I'm going to go give the shot. Hey, do you want me to put my shoes back on? Put your shoes back on. Why? Because it's nasty. I'm not into that. Why are you trying to push that on me?
Sir, good afternoon. You could be seated. After seated, if you could please state and spell your name for the record for us.
Brian Boone, Brian Boone.
Thank you, sir.
We watched that in the morning stream this morning. Just kind of funny seeing Brian forget how to spell his name. Let's skip ahead to 1640. There's a lot you're missing. That's because you got to go to the sofa if you want to watch it. This is reporting live from my sofa, 164,000 subscribers, but just 21,000 views on this one. So go give this 5-month-old video some love, but watch this 2.5 minutes before we get there.
Abuse, and for that I am sad and, well, depressed. I will say, before I do say anything else, I would like everyone to know that I did invent pantyhose and Post-its. I'm proud of that. Right here on my dirty, sultry legs. See that, everybody? Go on and touch it. Go on there. Rub your hands all over it. Does anyone in the jury want some of this? Because I'm giving it out for free. I thought it was very traumatic, but also tantalizing, if you will. Yes, I'm currently triggered. That's a picture. Sarah, is that your Tinder profile? God, yes, it is. How'd you find that? What about this? Well, that's a suitcase on the floor. Put it on the floor. Okay, it's on the floor. Thank you. I'm just going to slide my hand in that tight-fitting glove of yours. Here we go. Let's try again. Oh, it's so squishy and wet. There we go. That's a suitcase? That's a suitcase. Okay, so I'm just going to... Hold on one moment. One moment. We need the paper clip. Okay, let's find the paper clip. Okay, I'm just going to get down here and kind of...
Another one to say.
Up. Now, is that a suitcase? Is that what... Let me pull my breeches up here now. It flies down. Good Lord. I'm sorry, everybody. Do you want me to get down there and tell you how to open it? My God, I have to tell everybody how to do every last little thing. I'm just going to sit here with my hands crossed like a good little human resources person. Well, go on, open it. Is that a suitcase? That's a suitcase. Ain't never seen that before. Well, Judge, what do you think? Can we open it?
I mean, that's why we're here, right? I mean, why are we going through all this rigmarole over opening the suitcase? Let's just open it. I mean, it's not that hard.
I'm going to get some of these gloves too. They're squishy. I don't know how it works. Okay, yes, there we go. Okay, so see how this goes right here? This is a zipper. Okay, yes, it's a zipper, but it's still open. It's not closed. Okay, so yeah. So I'm going to zipper it closed, and pardon me, I should have worn a brassiere today, everybody.
Should have worn a brassiere.
I'll be bending down like this. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, jury? Take a look at all that. We need people to close the suitcase, but we don't have any concerns about this. Nope, we're trying to prove a point that this was very easy to get in and out of, and I have actually just proven the wrong point to everybody here. So yes, he was doing this right here. I was singing song. He was standing here like, Sarah, stop singing. His hand was out here. I just, I was finger painting. I was singing. I didn't know that there was an alarm. I should be scared. So yeah. Can I keep these gloves? No, you can give them to me. Here, I'll take them. Yeah, thanks. Even this one? Yeah, even that one. Yep, thanks. Okay. I'm going to put them over here.
Does everybody understand that?
All right, that was Paul. He's got a channel reporting live from my sofa. If you haven't subscribed already, you definitely want to check him out. If you have subscribed and haven't seen that video, you definitely want to go check that out. So, and if you do check that out because of this video, please say something in the comments. If I'm shouting out a larger creator, it's pretty cool to reactivate one of their old videos. So let them know that you came from Dan D, and we're going to move along to the very next video in this feed. Who's next?
Here.
It's a cowboy.
I'm a little nervous. Left.
It's a cowboy. Cowboy Criminology. We'll just go to a random spot. Oh, look at that. I'm on the screen. Cowboy Criminology is a channel that I was a big fan of when I started my channel. I found a lot of his videos that got a couple thousand views, but he was still stuck at about 500 subscribers when his channel stopped producing videos. And I really thought the videos had, a unique take that, was a little different than everything in the Sarah Booniverse. So I started promoting them. I did live streams where I rewatched them and commented on his commentary. And enough of you subscribed to him that he came back. So this is from a video that he put out 5 days ago. And there's a little shout out to Dan D True Crime and his fans that I'm going to share with you right here.
Realize how much I missed making these videos and how much I missed interacting with my subscribers and my commenters. It really is a great way to reach people. And I think what the wonderful thing about YouTube does is the sophisticated algorithm that it has. It really does allow people to find content that really speaks to them. Dan D True Crime, I didn't realize this until last night. I didn't realize Dan D had only had his YouTube channel going for 6 months. Y'all, in 6 months, he has over 800 subscribers. I think he's at 804 right now, which is tremendous. Just in the short time we've been interacting, he's gained almost 100 subscribers, and I think that's fantastic. So if you haven't had a chance to check out Dan D True Crime, I highly recommend you do it. He has a very humorous take on true crime. But he also has a lot of insight into what's going on. And so it's funny to hear him be funny and do his satire. And then in the same time, he's demonstrating a functional knowledge of criminology that I think escapes a lot of true crime hosts. And so Dan D True Crime, congratulations on 6 months and what you've accomplished. It's absolutely tremendous. I look forward to working with you in the future. I've had just nothing but a great time. And if y'all get a chance to catch Dan D live on Friday mornings or Friday evenings, participate in the chat. The conversations in Dan D True Crime chats they outweigh discussions that I had in master level classes learning about criminology.
Take that, chat. That's for you. That's for all of you. You guys did that. High level chat going on here. Impress the hell out of Cowboy Derek, and yeah, pat yourselves on the back. That one's for you. Go back and even just re-listen.
It's a lot of fun. It's a great community to be a part of. I'm glad to be a part of it. I want to thank Dan D and his subscribers for dragging me into Sarah Boone. She is the true crime gift that just keeps on giving, and I cannot seem to escape her for love or money.
All right, welcome to the Booniverse, Cowboy Derek. This video is him commenting on Justin Timberlake. We're going to just take a little section here from the middle of his commentary. We'll watch 4 or 5 minutes of it, and then we'll move on. Cowboy Criminology will be in the description, so you can watch that at your leisure. This is kind of interesting to me because as a dancer, he should pick up choreography fast. If anybody should understand the walk and turn test, it's Justin. But spoiler alert, he doesn't. We'll take this from about 25 minutes in.
This one or this one? It's going to be the one of your preference, okay? Just
whatever you want, man.
You got it.
How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Did it freeze?
We'll start right here.
I might have froze.
We'll continue down this little skid mark.
Yeah, I saw what happened there, but we'll fix that.
How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
We'll start right here, and then we'll continue down this little skid mark here, and we're going to have an imaginary straight line, okay? Okay. So what I'm going to have you do, put your left foot on this imaginary line. This one? Yep. And put your right foot in front of your left. And what you're going to do, you're going to stand just like this. Left foot on line, right foot right in front of your left. And you're going to stand like this, and then I'm going to explain everything, and then we'll go ahead and do it, okay? Okay. So left foot on the line.
Start too early, that's a sign.
Left foot on the line first. And then you're going to put your right foot in front of your left, stay just like that, okay? So you're going to be heel to toe, like this. Heel to toe. Up. Put your left foot on the line, yep. You're going to have your right foot in front of your left, heel to toe. Here. Okay, so we're going to put our left foot on the line first. Put your right foot in front of your left, heel to toe. And you can stay just like that, okay? Okay. Okay. So this is going to be a series of 9 heel to toe steps. I will demonstrate this like you're doing right now, like this. 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 9, followed by a series of small steps.
Guys.
1, 2, 3, all the way up to 9 back. This is going to be heel to toe, so you're going to be clicking your heels as you're going, arms by your side. While you're doing this, you're going to look down at your toes.
Guys, I'm just following my friends back to my house. I'm not doing anything. I'm just following my
Stop
friends
it.
back
This is
to my house.
0515. Okay, so there's a couple things there. Some people do have trouble with the 9-step walk and turn, keeping their feet heel to toe and everything. But you can see he's a little wobbly. He's having trouble maintaining his balance. He's not doing bad at the moment, but the fact that he's getting frustrated because he's having trouble following these fairly easy instructions, and this is where we're picking up with the guys. I'm just following my friends. You see that a lot in people who don't want to continue the field sobriety test. Excuse me, standard field sobriety test, because they have to be done the same way every single time by every officer.
Which makes them kind of annoying as a test, because the officers are like, stop, I have to finish my instructions. Now I have to go back to the beginning. But as somebody in chat says, never do the walk test. If you can refuse the standard test and just take the blow test, you're way better to do that. I'm assuming that nobody here would drive or drive over the limit. So if you haven't drank over the limit, or you haven't drank at all, just blow. Doing the tests is kind of just self-snitching when you haven't done anything wrong. You're providing them with evidence against yourself. Anyway, there's a much longer video from Cowboy Criminologist. It only has 63 views at this point. It's out 5 days ago. So go subscribe to Cowboy Criminology, watch this video, say hi in the chat, and we're moving on. Thank you, Cowboy Derek. If you recognize that music, that is Guilty Words. Guilty Words is run by Chris, and Chris looks at language. She really dives in. We've got to keep to a tight schedule now. We got 15 minutes left in the show. I've got 2 more to finish in this dozen, so we're going to run right away. What I'm showing you here is the Sarah sidebar. So the sidebars that we didn't hear during the trial, they got published. Chris's daughter does the voice acting, and so yeah, we'll just let it play. I think we'll let at least 5 minutes go from this.
Words, where we unravel crime one word at a time. Welcome back to our Sarah Sidebar series. Tonight we're looking at sidebar number 48, in which Mr. Owens strenuously objects to objections. Who'da thunk it? It's a masterclass in hyperbole, repetition, and courtroom whining. It's linguistic breakdown disguised as legal argument. This sidebar is very short, but it's packed with linguistic gems, hyperbole, repetition, projection, and what I can only call a legal wine brief. Let's break down how one man manages to linguistically dissolve on the record in the most unintentionally funny meltdown of this trial. My lovely daughter Katie once again provides voice talent for the sidebar. And let's take a look and a listen together. We're going to play the short clip in its entirety, but let me give you a little background. This sidebar occurs during Mr. Owen's closing arguments. Generally, it's considered bad form to object during the opposition's opening or closing, but by the end of Sarah Boone's trial, the usual courtroom decorum is strained. Mr. J accuses Mr. Owens of something called ad hominem attacks.
Sarah loves Latin.
Now, an ad hominem attack is when someone stops debating the idea and starts taking shots at the person presenting it. For example, because of the way someone is dressed, their argument can't possibly be valid. In Sidebar 48, we watch Owen slide right into ad hominem territory when he says he thinks he knows it all. That's not a legal argument. That's the courtroom equivalent of, well, you're annoying, so there. Ad hominems pop up when someone feels backed into a corner. Rather than addressing the actual issue, like, say, whether objections are proper, Owens goes straight for the personality jab. It's the linguistic version of turning a debate into, you always do this, that's why no one likes arguing with you. So yes, in this sidebar, we're witnessing a defense attorney temporarily abandon the law and embrace the ancient art of, it's not my argument that's the problem, it's you that's the problem. Let's listen.
Judge, objection. May we approach? Yes. Yes, sir. I believe the court made it very clear there weren't going to be ad hominem attacks, and that is exactly where we're starting. Where are we going, Mr. Owens? Judge, I can make comments on the state and the state's case and what evidence they presented. That is argument. I agree with you, but we're not going to have attacks on individual persons. That's my only point. Judge, he objects at everything. Everything he objects to. Everything. I can't speak to Mr. J and his objections, okay? He thinks he knows it all and objects to everything. This is my chance. And this
is my chance.
That right there. That's an ad hominem attack. That he objects to everything. He thinks he knows everything. If that's where you're going to go in your closing argument, I'm not going there, Judge. But you're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. It's outside the presence of the jury.
As you heard, this is less legal argument and more, my brother keeps touching my toys, but with a bar license.
So we'll listen to a couple minutes of her analysis. I was going to go longer, but we're running a little short, so I'm going to go to where, so she can at least finish where I was going to. But you can see all these screens, there's great breakdowns. Really getting into the intricate nature of language. Yeah, we'll give her 2 minutes from what I wanted to let her close on.
He thinks he knows it all is a projection-heavy ad hominem. Linguistically fascinating because it shifts from complaining about objections to psychoanalyzing his opponent. This is classic speaker-centered narrative framing. Owens is positioning himself as the beleaguered protagonist and opposing counsel as the omniscient villain whose superpower is, tragically, knowing more than Owens would prefer. That's a classic case of projection, blaming the other person for something you're feeling. It's argument by vibes. So this sidebar is an emotion, it's not even an objection. It's a wine brief, which is our new spontaneous genre born in the heat of exasperation, defined by hyperbolic universals, emotional pacing, no evidence whatsoever, and a plea for adult intervention. It's the linguistic cousin of the child who tells the teacher, "He's looking at me." The most delicious irony is that Owens is objecting to the number of objections. His entire line of argument is itself an objection to the other side's objections. He's become the very thing he hates. So let's use some 10-cent words. The illocutionary force of Owen's complaint, which is a very long word to say his intention, was something along the lines of, "Please rein in the opposing counsel, Your Honor." But the perlocutionary effect, which is what actually landed, is this man is crumbling faster than a stale cookie. The tone, repetition, and collapse into self-pity turn the speech into a display of total emotional and intellectual exhaustion.
Pretty good spot to let her end on. There's more to that video. There's what I skipped, and there's still another minute of commentary. This one has 3,400 views. It is the least viewed of her sidebars, and as you can see, it's fantastic. So you can check out the other 2 sidebars in this series, her Sarah Boone content, of which there's plenty, but also a lot more recent cases. So check out Guilty Words. Guilty Words is fantastic. The link was pinned in the comments. Zeitgeist Abs got ahead and suggested word-wise, you guys are straight A students ahead of the game. In the comments, in the live or not the live, but the comments for the video, not the live chat, post the people that you want to see the next time I do a Dan D Dozen. I'm going to do this once a month, and hopefully I'm going to start uncovering more and more small channels. I just didn't want to ignore the big channels just because they're big. So by including some of the smaller channels with the big channels, it's, good company. Everyone gets lifted up by a rising tide. So yeah, put your suggestions in the main comments so that I'm able to access them. That's definitely where I'm going to go to first for different places. And they don't have to be crime related. Ideally, they're related so that people are interested in it. But if it's something that you think the crime audience would be into that's not necessarily a direct cousin to crime, by all means. So we're going to skip to the Mob Reporter. We're not going to give Mob Reporter too much time. Just because they're a huge channel. They don't really, they've got 500,000 subscribers. I'm choosing a video that's got low views. That's got 250,000 views. So they're getting lots of views just because they have cool content that people discover in their feed and are like, I would be interested in watching about a floating island of cocaine found off of Sicily's coast. What's this all about? So we'll watch the first couple minutes of it, but then
they've discovered another cocaine.
I want to close this out with my dozen.
2 tons of waterproof bricks found floating in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Sicily. Sicily is the birthplace of the mafia and is no stranger to upscale criminal activity and bizarre underworld revelations. But this discovery raises eyebrows even there. More than 70 floating parcels were spotted in the sea, held together by netting and afloat by life vests as it bounced around in the waves.
Barry Adams, there was a live this morning where I did all Sarah content, so it's called Sarah Boone Underviewed Videos. It may have the live chat replay enabled by the time this particular live finishes, so if you're looking for a little bit more Dan D content to get you going, there was a morning show that was shot about 12 hours ago.
And waiting for someone to come and collect it. But someone else got there first. Finders keepers, I suppose. The Mob Reporter here with quick news of $430 million worth of cocaine that was just bobbing about in the sun and the surf.
So that's the Mob Reporter. I liked them because they hosted the Russell Williams interrogation in full, no commentary, just the straight raw footage. So that's fantastic. They've got lots of great videos, so subscribe to them. You'll get their videos in the feed. Even watch a couple videos and that'll put them in your feed too, because they definitely appeal to much more than their subscribers, with 250,000 being a low view count video. I'm not quite done. We have 5 minutes left in this broadcast, so I'm going to come to you full screen here. I've got the Dan D Dozen thing up there. I've got in this corner, it says to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, you don't have to, but if you liked what you've seen so far, then like it. Like, comment, and share it. Whatever. That was smooth, right? But yeah, we're not quite done. I have a little bit of a Instead of just a dozen, since we saved some time, we've got 4 minutes left, let's make it a baker's dozen. Anyone know where we're going with that? I'm going to make this a baker's dozen. That means we go to Emily D. Baker. Emily D. Baker has a channel called The Emily Show, and it seems like that's the more fun channel, where the Emily D. Baker channel is, the serious law channel. I end up getting more Emily Show clips in my feed, and I'm going to share one with you. Emily D. Baker covered the Afroman trial. So just like Dan D. True Crime, just like Paul and the Sofa Squad, it's like many creators, we recognize not only how important, how hilarious this trial is, but that it is as important as it is hilarious. So let's just look at the Baker's Dozen. This is number 13. Oops. Okay, I need to switch to her. It's a good thing I switched to my main screen. I was just going to sit here and watch it. There we go. There's Emily D. Baker. And in Emily's honor, I'm going to throw on a pair of shades for this viewing. I think I want to go up in the top corner where I used to be. There we go. You can wear purple shades. I'll wear shades of yellow. And let's watch you watch Afroman.
The plaintiffs called Joseph Foreman as if on cross-examination.
The plaintiffs are calling Afroman as a hostile witness. It's March 25th, and we are marching into another day with Afroman. Yesterday, I said, Emily, it's going to be great. We're going to just do a trial in a day. Incorrect. I was ill-prepared. I was not prepared for this judge. I was not prepared for the manner of testimony, the delivery of testimony, the judicial demeanor is something I've never seen. And the lawyers are so calm. And I'm like, are they used to this? Did they expect this with this judge? Absolutely wild. And so when we get into the rest of this trial, which is going to be half of day 2 and then part of day 3, we're going to be looking at a few key witnesses, not all the witnesses, including Afroman's testimony.
I pay taxes, I work daily, I get ready, I beat up Bailey, Randy Walters, private pound, I used to fuck his wife, Johnny Stabby.
Oh.
Did you become aware of these posts, Mr. Walters, at or about the time they were posted?
Yes.
How did you become aware of them?
Of my personal post, I found out from my children. When my daughter came home and advised me that she was getting messed with at school because apparently her mom is having sex with Afroman, and since she's biracial, that must be her daddy, along with being a thief.
Okay. And how did that affect you?
It's horrible. It's hard when your job that you're doing affects your family, which affects you. When you have a kid come home crying that's already been through a life, and now they're getting hazed and harassed because somebody thinks it's funny. Somebody knows it's not true. Been with my wife for 28 years. She didn't have an affair with Mr. Foreman. She didn't make my daughter with Mr. Foreman. But now my family has to be harmed because of straight up 100% lies. Where in the world is it okay to make something up for fun that's damaging to others when you know for sure it's an absolute lie? It created a situation that was uncalled for, that was unsafe and unhealthy for the officers involved. The problem I have is the respect for my family wasn't near the respect.
This has gone to beyond a narrative. If Mr. Foreman could ask a question.
Thank you. It's responsive. Overruled.
Go ahead.
The respect for my family, including my law enforcement family, wasn't nothing like the respect I gave to his children the night of the raid. I stopped what I was doing when his wife, who I know and have been friendly with for years as far as being associates, said, hey, they were next door. Somebody pulled in and they're scared. I stopped what I did, what I was doing, and went and checked on his kids to make sure they were safe.
Good guy.
Those three statements have painted you in a false light, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, it paints you in a different light than what you are, but correct.
Is that what you're suing for, though?
So you're solely being painted in a false light due to Mr. Walters saying he had sex with your wife?
Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't.
Okay, now that's kind of funny.
That was one of my favorite moments for the trial. Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. He's like so serious here. It's so funny.
Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't.
Good catch on that.
Yeah.
He was so angry that he said exactly what the guy's going to ask for in the next question. Mr. Foreman doesn't. He said it definitively. Now the lawyer's going to ask. So, you know, it's not believable that he had sex with your wife, right?
So you're claiming that is the defamation statement, is that he said he had sex with your wife?
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light?
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Wow.
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know. I just
been with that woman since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there. And it's a problem.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of?
Wow. Oh, he's so mad.
Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
Ask your client.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask for direct the witness to answer the question, yes or no, please.
You don't like his answer doesn't mean he didn't answer.
He didn't answer the question. He's told me to ask another person. That is
he
not
did
an
not
answer. To the
answer.
question.
So ask him another question.
Oh, God.
That was his answer.
I agree with
He
the
didn't like
defense.
how it came out, but it was his answer.
And she's 100% correct. Great analysis video. This one's 40 minutes long. It's got 53,000 views. It was uploaded 8 days ago. You'll find it on The Emily Show. This has been the Dandy Dozen. We are just, I think this is it. I'm going to go back to my full screen. It's been the Dandy's Baker's Dozen. We are into overtime. If you liked what you saw, subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, throw out a like. A like doesn't hurt anyone. It's just the little like button. Put a comment in. Who should I feature the next time I do a Dandy Dozen? Throw it into the comments that last forever. The live chat will still be there, but I'm not scrolling through it looking for suggestions. We're going to take a few seconds just to say goodbye to the people who are still chatting right to the bitter end. It's not bitter. Pretty sweet. It's been a sweet time. Yeah, no, I've had a good time. Had a really good time. Candace talks about ridiculous cops. She must be a little further back. A to B says hazed, so probably not watching the tasing videos. Billie Jean is laughing at A to B. Where in the world is it okay? In the U.S., sir. Yeah, Candace is a little behind, but that's great. She's got lots more fun to come. Yeah, A to B, talking about some delicate feelings. Fifi's butt hurt. Thank you. We had fun. We had joy. We had seasons in the sun, A to B. This was a great stream. No, I know. It's time to go. I'm looking through my looking glass. I see A to B out there. I see Billie Jean. I know that Audrine is out there. Addie is me. never got her name said through the looking glass when she watched Romper Room as a kid. We've got Barry Adams. He's gifted so many of you with memberships. Thank you, Barry. Another one to say, top commenter today. A to B, probably listening. Candace, Ocean Sound, Zeitgeist, Paula Nichols, Bedtime Lullabies, Addie Is Me, Meowgarita, LZB, Detective Wobbuffet, Edie Beatty, Night Owls, Ann McCallum, Depths for Dummies, Phoenix Rising. All of you, thank you so much. You guys are the finest. Subscribe to these channels that are in the playlist. Let them know Dan D sent you if you watch one of the videos you haven't seen before. And yeah, suggest stuff for the next live stream. I promise I'll do my hair next time. I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I sat down. You guys are the finest.